Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Troy Arslan alongside Ben Lotman. We've got Temple and UTSA in the first conference matchup for these two teams coming off a bye. It's going to be a fantastic matchup, almost a pretty even matchup if you ask me. It's
Absolutely.
a busy day here in South Philadelphia. Flyers have a preseason game going on. And Temple, of course, playing at Lincoln Financial Field. And then over at Citizens Bank Park, the Philadelphia Phillies have a playoff matchup. But going back to Lincoln Financial Field, a fantastic game here. We've got Robert Henry Jr., one of the best offensive players in college football. He leads the American in rushing yards, and he leads the whole entire college football sphere in yards per game. It's going to be a really difficult task for Temple to contain him. So, Ben, let me hear what you got to say about this UTSA offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've struggled in the passing game, but they haven't really had to pass the ball to win football games this season. Second leading rusher in the nation, which is really impressive. And you know what's really impressed me watching the film is their offensive line has been electric this season, not allowing a ton of pressure and leaving some open holes in the running game there for Mr. Henry Jr. And, you know, Temple has kind of struggled against the run so far this season, 113th in the nation, allowing 180 rushing yards per game. Now, take that with a grain of salt. They've played Oklahoma, Georgia Tech, two teams that are Power 5 or Power 5 conference teams. So, probably not as good of an offensive line, UTSA, but I mean, they've shown so far this season, even against A&M, they had over 150 rushing yards against Texas A&M, which was a really impressive performance. So we'll see if Temple can slow down their rushing attack.
Absolutely. And quarterback for UTSA, Owen McCown, he typically can run very well. He can use his legs, but this season we have not seen it that much. Last year, he had a 75-yard touchdown run against Temple down in Texas when they played. UTSA won that matchup. UTSA winning both of the matchups that the two football teams have ever played against each other. So Temple looking for their first win. Now for Temple's offense, it's going to have to be a big game. All of these games that UTSA and Temple have played are high scoring. 2024 it was 51-27 UTSA with the win. And then in 2023 it was 49-34. So we're expecting some high scoring game today. So Temple's offense is really going to have to get going. It's mostly going to be coming from the air from Evan Simon.
Yeah, absolutely. I expect a physical game. Obviously, Temple has run the ball very well to start this season. Jay Ducker has been an excellent transfer, 315 yards so far this season. And, through the air, Evan Simon has yet to throw an interception this season, 10 touchdowns, over 600 passing yards. Going to look to start passing the ball early, maybe open up some of those running lanes. I said it on our sideline report earlier, JoJo Bermudez. I think you look for him early and often, and look for the big tight end, Peter Clark, who's had an excellent start to the season for Temple. Hopefully open up some holes for that running game and continue to pound the rock.
For sure. And with Peter Clark, it seems like almost every game he's just streaking wide open up the seam.
Absolutely.
At least a few times per game. So I'd imagine that we'll see a little bit of that today. And it's a little bit of a sparse crowd for Temple today. It was a big one against Oklahoma. It was almost, what was it, 2 weeks ago at this point, since the bye, both teams coming off a bye. But it's a little bit of a sparse crowd, probably because of all of the amazing Philadelphia sports going on. But nonetheless, Temple is going to have their hands full. It's going to be a great game. Special teams, I believe, is going to be a factor. UTSA has struggled in almost every facet of special teams, so I think Temple needs to capitalize on that, pin them back, make the offense for UTSA really have to go the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've seen it a lot, specifically in the NFL this year, how big special teams can be in these games. So, there's three phases of football for a reason. If Temple can dominate the special teams, that'll help them a lot in this game. And, hopefully Temple gets out to a quick start. That would force UTSA to have to pass the ball early on, which I think is something that Casey Keeler and this Temple football team would really like to see happen. And, hopefully that happens for them.
Absolutely. And the Temple Diamond Marching Band is out on the field. Cheerleaders are outside of the tunnel for Temple. The Owls getting ready to take the field. And it's about 5 or 6 minutes until kickoff, and that'll do it. Until kickoff, we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. This is WHIP Sports on YouTube. Troy Arslan, Ben Lotman on the call. And can't forget about our producer, Richard Mitchell. Welcome back in Temple. UTSA coin toss just occurred. Temple seems to be receiving, I believe. I believe I'm wrong, actually. It's going to be Temple kicking off. UTSA is going to return.
Yeah, we can see Owen McCown warming up over there on the UTSA sideline, ready to get things going here as we wait for the players to take the field for the opening kick.
McEwen over there catching some passes from his quarterback. McEwen, leading receiver for this UTSA offense. He's going to be matched up against some pretty good Temple DBs. Temple has been better than last year in the passing game. They struggled heavily, but it's been a good showing from Ben Osweke and Jalen Castleberry at the corner position.
Yeah, really good start to the season for both sides of the ball for the Owls. Much improved. You can see Casey Keeler's experience and the experience of his staff. A really good staff he brought in for this Owls program. And we'll see Casey Keeler in his first American Conference game here at Lincoln Financial Field.
Absolutely. As it's going to be Carl Harden, the redshirt sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina, kicking off for Temple, sat behind Maddox Trujillo last year. Big shoes to fill as they get set for kickoff. And here we go. Ball is in the air. And it's going to be out of the end zone at the 25. Owen McCown is going to take over for the offense. Rolling out Robert Henry Jr. He's a fantastic player. I could imagine that he's going to start to get going early in this one.
Yeah, and we'll see this defense take the field. They've struggled against the run, allowing 180 yards per game. Can they slow it down here against UTSA, one of the best rushing teams in the nation to start this season, as we see them start out in the shotgun?
Left to right going is UTSA. Henry in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Henry. Henry shoots the gap, gets it up to the 30, about a 5-yard run going to his right. Nice hole made by the UTSA offensive line.
Yeah, a good start there. 2nd and 5 for the Roadrunners, as we see them get up and get to the line quickly here.
Set to the left of McCown is Henry. Motioning is McEwen to the far side. And it's going to be a pitch out to McEwen, a screen pass, and that is swallowed up. And McEwen is going to get a couple yards on that play.
Yeah, did a good job there from McEwen. Temple blew up that play, but he still managed to get 3 or 4 yards there. And now it is a 3rd and short. Expect to see a run here for UTSA after that quick little screen pass.
Early 3rd down, a big 3rd down. If Temple's defense can get off the field here, it's going to be big.
Yeah, McCown lined up under center with a fullback in the backfield alongside the running back there.
Motioning out it's a handoff that gets to Robert Henry. It seemed like McCown almost fumbled that ball, but he was able to get the handoff to Henry, and Henry gets the first down.
Yeah, an interesting formation for UTSA there.
It was a motion from the fullback set to the left. He goes to the near side sideline, motioning out, and that pulls a linebacker from Temple, opening up a hole on the right side. And it's going to be the snap to McCown, and he is going to pitch it out to his receiver, and he's going to get about 7 yards on this play.
Yeah, I believe that was Will Henderson, the third, the backup running back there, coming around, lined up as a wide receiver and gets the end around there. Gets 8 yards. A nice play there for UTSA. Some good blocking by the wide receivers there.
So 8 yards on that play. 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, UTSA running a hurry-up offense to start this game here, trying to tire out that Temple defensive line.
McCown takes a snap, and there are flags on the field. It's going to be a false start on the offense. Huge break for Temple.
Yeah, really big for them. backs them up 5 yards. So now a 2nd and 7, and, they can still run the ball here, right, Troy? But definitely a situation where they could look to pass, and I think that play was going to be a pass play. So we'll see what UTSA does now, continuing that hurry-up style.
McCown waiting for the snap. Takes it. Surveys. Dishes it out to his running back, and it's Henry. Henry is going to get the first down.
Yeah, a little bit of a screen there from the wide receiver running a quick slant caused 2 Temple DBs to come together and run into each other. And a good play design yet again, and UTSA is up to the line again. I think their strategy here is to try and tire out this Temple defensive line as early as possible to allow them to run the ball later on in the game.
Absolutely. McCown takes a snap, surveys. He's pressured. It's Hay. And he rolls out to his left and finds a man on the far sideline for the first down.
Yeah, great play. A good little pass rush there from the Owls, but able to escape the pocket, and Owen McCown with a nice play on the roll.
David Amador on the reception. He had 4 catches last game.
I think they're bringing the ball back here. I don't know exactly what happened. Did they call that an incomplete pass? I think they called that incomplete, Troy.
That is a really big break for Temple. It's going to be a timeout. I believe they're going to be reviewing this call. David Amador on the reception. He had 4 catches last week, no yards netted in total.
Yeah, interesting. It looked like he came down with that ball, but maybe he trapped it on the turf. I guess we will find out after this review here, but so far a good start for UTSA, getting creative with that running game. Obviously, Temple's going to expect them to just run it up the middle, but they've really only run it up the middle one time to start this game, so we will see if that continues here for UTSA. But even if that completion doesn't stand, a great play there from Owen McCown, son of Josh McCown.
Yeah,
Eagles legend.
Former Eagles quarterback, had a playoff performance in this very stadium against the Seahawks in 2019 where he tore his hamstring, played through the game, and nearly won the Eagles the game. But his son now playing at Lincoln Financial Field, not for the Eagles, but for UTSA. His first time playing at Lincoln Financial Field, as it was a home game last year for UTSA.
Yeah, Troy, still reviewing this call, so it must be a close one. We'll see what happens here, but either way, I think this Temple defense is going to have to watch for the edges here, because UTSA has run a screen pass and run a kind of sort of end-around play. So we will see what this call is in a little bit, and it looks like they have the call. We'll find out in a second. And it looks like they're going to call it a completed pass as they move the ball up to the Temple about 37, Troy.
Yeah, so it seemed to me that it was a complete pass when it originally happened. I guess they thought his foot was out of bounds when he received it. But 2 minutes until play resumes, so we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back in just 2 minutes as UTSA is going to have a first down in Temple territory. after the confirmed call as a reception for UTSA. It is first down on the 37-yard line for UTSA in Temple territory. 11:41 left to go in this first quarter. Long drive for UTSA starting out.
Yeah, Temple playing with 4 down linemen now. They started out the game with mostly 3.
Cameron Stewart on the right side of the offensive line. UTSA going left to right down the field on the far side hash line.
Yeah, Temple with a single high safety as, they run a reverse play, and that one's caught. Wow. UTSA breaking out some crazy plays to start this game, Troy.
Yeah, so
Philly special of sorts.
Yeah, it was a end around, pitch back to the quarterback, and then thrown to the far side sideline. Reception for Houston.
Yeah, what an interesting play there. Crazy to start this game for UTSA. Houston Thomas there in the reception as they have another guy in motion, and they're going to run it up the middle and cutting to the outside. About a 7-yard gain. What a run there. I mean, you don't really expect any less from the nation's second leading rusher coming into this game. That was Robert Henry Jr. again on the carry.
Now into the red zone is UTSA, and their offense under center is going to go McCown. 3 receivers set. Motioning in is the tight ends. 21 personnel now for UTSA. Jumbo set. Henry gets the snap, runs it up the middle, and he's tripped up just past the line of scrimmage. That was a dangerous play. Coming in on the play was Avery Powell, able to finish off the tackle, but at the line.
Yeah, UTSA has been pretty solid in the red zone to start this season. 90% conversion rate, that is scoring any form of points, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown here. So Temple going to look to try and slow them down here on this first and goal from the 8-yard line.
Getting the ball quick is the offensive line for UTSA. McCown takes a snap, hands off. Henry runs it up the middle, and again tackled by Avery Powell. And there's a flag down. It might be a personal foul on Temple's defense. It was thrown right at the tackle, so we may be seeing a face mask penalty of sorts.
Yeah, it was hard to exactly see from up here, but it was a violent tackle. That's all I know. We'll see what they call here, although it's not really going to affect that much as they were already down at pretty much the 1-yard line. I guess they didn't call anything, it looks like.
But a touchdown saving tackle there for Powell. But it's a second and goal for UTSA on the 1. Fullback set for UTSA. 3 men in the backfield. Handoff goes to Roberts in for the touchdown. It seems. It was a close one.
No signal yet.
It seemed like he first crossed the plane, and then he was kind of pulled back by Temple. But they are going to call it down at about the half-yard line.
Wow, big stop there.
I mean, it's as close as it can be. It's maybe 6 inches away from that goal line. I can't imagine on 3rd and short that UTSA would do anything other than, here it is, the Philadelphia special tush push, and it is.
Oh, they're marking him short.
They're marking him short.
Temple with the stop there.
The Philadelphia Eagles know how to run it, and the Philadelphia Temple Owls know how to stop it, it seems.
Yeah, Jeff Traylor is irate. He was irate before that play on the sidelines. I don't know if you saw that. He was irate, yelling at the officials there before that play. And now we'll see if Temple can hold them out here, Troy. This would be a huge stop for the Owls.
This is absolutely massive. If Temple can get the stop here, quick to the line, same set as before, and it's another tush push, and the call is a touchdown. UTSA puts 6 on the board to start this game from a 6-inch rush from quarterback Owen McCown.
Yeah, I mean, Temple did a good job there in those first two plays, but couldn't stop them 3 times in a row there on the goal line, pretty much from the 6-inch yard line. 3 plays in a row. I mean, you can't really ask for that kind of stop from your defense. But so far, so good for the Roadrunners. Some really creative play calling for them.
Absolutely.
To start this game.
And not relying a whole ton on the run, as Petro is going to line up the extra point kick. Petro from Flower Mound, Texas. A lot of Texas players from UTSA, of course. I mean, makes sense. This school being in Texas, there's a fantastic high school football environment in Texas, as this kick is going to be lined up. Petro takes his steps, gets set. Snap is caught. Kick is up and through the upright. 7-0 is UTSA. 8:44 left in this first quarter. Temple going to get their first crack at it on offense. Long drive for UTSA, and we'll be right back when Temple gets the kickoff. Correction on that touchdown, it wasn't a rush from McCown. It was actually a direct snap tush push to Patrick Overmeyer, the tight end for UTSA. So correction there, as Temple takes the field to receive the kick. Jeffer Murphy to kick off for UTSA, and back to return Hunter Smith and Tyler Stewart. Tyler Stewart with his heels at the goal line for Temple.
Yeah, I'd love to see Temple get a return here. We talked about it pregame. The special teams could be an opportunity for Temple. And that's a low-driven kick. Bounces at the 15 and picked up. And it's going to be a solid return out to the 32-yard line. So
Stewart struggled in special teams the past couple of weeks, but he has a nice run setting Temple up at around the 30-yard line, just about exactly there. Taking the field, quarterback Evan Simon, transfer from Rutgers. He's had a great season. We talked about it in our open and in our stand-up earlier on. He has yet to have a turnover, and Jay Ducker is going to be accompanying his quarterback in the backfield.
yeah, expect some creativity from offensive coordinator Tyler Walker. He's shown it so far in his first season with Temple after coaching at Montana State, one of the best FCS offenses in the nation last year. As there's a holdup in play right now. And they're respawning the ball, it looks like. Giving Temple an extra yard here, so... Oh.
Ball's going to be at the 31, and it's 8:39 in this first quarter. The last drive for UTSA went 12 plays, 75 yards, 6 minutes, 16 seconds. Took a good amount of time off the clock. Very balanced offense, but now it's Temple's turn. Ducker motioning from right to left, motioning Colin Chase to the near sideline. Simon takes a snap, and it's going to be a handoff to Ducker. Ducker runs it to the right, and he's going to get up to the 35-yard line. Nice run there of about 4 yards for the transfer from Sam Houston.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play to start there for the Owls, as it'll be a 2nd and 7 here.
Temple always a run-first offense with Keeler and Tyler Walker. Hard count. Simon claps. Simon claps again, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Ducker, and it's a back shoulder throw, and it hits the defensive back. And it's going to be a flag. Seems to be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, that was a late flag. I mean, it was clear as day. It was the DB there for UTSA. I didn't see who exactly it was holding the entire play there, it seemed like, Troy.
Davin Martin was on the coverage on Kajaya Holloway there on the play, and it's going to bump Temple up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and Troy, this UTSA passing defense, 129th in the country out of, I believe, 133 teams, allowing 289 yards per game. So clearly Temple is going to look to pass the ball early and often, and we'll see if they can get it done. Evan Simon has been really good to start the season. You mentioned yet to throw a pick, so not putting the ball in harm's way. And the veteran quarterback is going to look to lead this offense throughout the game as they get lined up here at the 50-yard line.
Shotgun, Ducker to the left of Simon. Simon claps, hard count, Chase in the motion. And the snap, taken. Simon dumps it off to Colin Chase. Colin Chase runs it to the 40. Just a slight dump down to the left, near sideline. Goes Chase down to the 35-yard line. Great play for Temple.
Yeah, UTSA's defensive line fell for the fake there. And it wasn't to Ducker. It was a quick dump out. Like a 2 yards right in front of him. Dumped it out there, and a great play in the open field there to pick up some good yardage.
Yeah, loading the box was UTSA, so rolling out to his left, Simon finds Chase, and Chase just had one man to beat, and he got a nice chunk play of about 15 yards. Simon now back in the shotgun, Ducker to his right, snaps, takes it, rolls out to his right, surveying, finds his man, Peter Clark, and Peter Clark is down to the 20. He's down to the 15 and out of bounds at about the 12 to 13-yard line. Fantastic for Temple. We talked about it. Temple needs to utilize their passing game against this defense for UTSA that has struggled against it, and they find themselves in the red zone early on. 7 minutes left in this first half, ball on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Troy. Great pass protection there. No pressure at all, and wide open was Clark. Back-to-back plays of Temple having wide open receivers as they line up here. Motion again. Evan Simon out.
Simon finds Ducker on the outside of the near side sideline, and he gets just a couple of yards. He gets inside the 10-yard line, it seems.
Yeah, some quick plays here for Temple, motioning almost every play to start this game, which you wouldn't expect any less from this team. They've been one of the top motion teams on offense in the country to start this season.
And no yards gained on that play, so it's going to remain on the 13-yard line. 2nd and 10. The marker for first down is at the 3-yard line. Motioning is Ryder Cush. Tailback is Ducker. And Ducker is not going to get the snap. It's a play action, and Ryder Cush to the end zone, and he drops it. 2 men on him, and that is Wyrick in coverage. Yeah, Cush can't get the reception.
Yeah, it would have been a difficult catch, but it did hit him on the hands there. A little bit of a jersey tug, but no call.
Fantastic ball placement right where Cush could get it and where UTSA couldn't. In the backfield is still Ducker, set to Simon's right. Simon is going to bark some orders out to his offensive line as he reads the defense. Ducker goes to the right of Simon,
Third and 10
Shotgun.
here. Third and 10 here for the Owls.
And it's going to be another play action. It's going to be a fade. Colin Chase can't come down with a catch on the back shoulder fade.
Yeah, some good coverage there. A lot of physicality. And, a good stop there for UTSA. That was KK Meyer in coverage there. And, yeah, Chase couldn't come down with it. Again, a pretty good spot to throw that ball. Only his receiver could get it. And the field goal unit takes the field for the Owls.
Kind of surprising that Temple didn't go to the ground early in the red zone, as Carl Harden is going to come out to try to get Temple up on the board. 5:57 in this first quarter. Snap is down, the hold, and the kick is up and good.
Just snuck it in there. Almost too much there, but Temple on the board here, now down only 7-3.
Moving the ball fantastically down the field, but they can't capitalize on their red zone trip. They are going to just stick with the field goal, and we are going to head to break. 7 UTSA, 3 for Temple, 5:53 in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Filling in just a little bit more is the Temple faithful. A little bit more crowded than it was to start this game. Temple taking a red zone trip and having to stick with just 3 points, as Carl Harden is going to trot out onto the field, get his football set up for the kickoff. And another offensive possession here for UTSA in this first quarter, 5:39 left in the first.
Yeah, Troy, Temple's really going to have to slow down this UTSA rushing attack. They had some creative play calls to start this game, but, eventually they're going to try and pound the rock up the middle. And, when that happens, Temple's going to have to stop it and force UTSA to pass here.
Another touchback for Carl Harden, and it's to the 25, Owen McCown.
Great first drive there for Owen McCown. 4 for 4 and 43 yards to start this game. And, he struggled in their last game against Colorado State, throwing 2 picks. It's good for him to start off the way he has.
Absolutely. Get him comfortable, some short passes, and then he had a nice rollout to his left. The lefty rolls out to his left where he's most comfortable and finds his receiver, David Amador, for the first down. A nice chunk play for Amador of 14 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. Flanked by the running back here to start.
Henderson in the backfield, and it's going to go out to the big tight end.
Yeah, big hit there as UTSA gains a couple on that first down play. Pollard there with the tackle.
UTSA getting 4 yards on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 6 on the 29-yard line. Motioning out is the running back, and an incomplete pass over the middle. Ben Osweke on the coverage, trying to get it to his receiver, A.J. Wilson. A.J. Wilson had a nice 77-yard touchdown earlier on in this season.
Yeah, the transfer from Houston Christian. And he was open for a second, but pretty solid coverage there from the Owls, as it'll be a 3rd and 6, and this is exactly where the Owls want them. A passing situation here for the Roadrunners, as a receiver motions across the formation here.
In the shotgun, McCown looks to his left. He keeps his eyes there, and pressure comes for Temple, and there's a sack back by the 20-yard line. A couple of Owls combined for that one, and it is going to be a very long sack. Brings up the 4th down, and the punt unit comes out for Temple. For Temple as well as UTSA, and on that sack for Temple was Sultan Badmus.
Yeah, 3 Owls met at the quarterback. The linebacker there got past the UTSA right guard, and UTSA will punt it here.
And the punt, Jojo Bermudez running back, and he gets it by around the 20, and he waits, gets a block, takes it to the 25, tries to make a man miss, cuts back to his left, and he gets up the field to the 40. He's taking it down to the far sideline, past the 50, past the 40. He finds a couple blocks, and he's inside the 30. However, there's laundry down on the field. Jojo Bermudez had a touchdown called back on a punt return earlier this season, and let's see if his fantastic run on the return is going to be called back. Typically on these big plays, we see a holding on the return team. Yeah. Very unfortunate.
Bermudez stopped on a dime and gave the UTSA defenders some change there. A really good return. It's going to be called back, I believe, on this penalty, but really dynamic there. And, I said it pregame, he's the type of guy you want to get the ball in his hands, and hopefully when the Temple offense takes the field, he'll get the ball.
Absolutely. The transfer showing out very big for Temple so far. He's been fantastic. Jojo Bermudez was at Cincinnati, then at Delaware, now at Temple. And the flag here is going to be, let's see where it's going to be taken back. I believe it is going to be a hold for Temple as the sticks come back. And it was Antonio Jones on the blindside block, it appears, on coverage. Very unfortunate. Ball's going to be spotted at the 9 compared to where it was on the opposite 30-yard line.
Yeah, it was a very close call. Kind of a questionable call there. KCQ are asking the officials for an explanation, as Temple will start out here now at their 10-yard line. A huge penalty for Jones there, as Evan Simon barking some orders and stands back in the shotgun.
Ducker tailback behind Simon. Kajaya Hallwayne down on the near side. Simon, hard count, and it's going to be encroachment, I believe, on UTSA unless Grayson Maines at center moved first. But UTSA moving back, 2 flags flown. Waiting for the call. Yes, it is going to be encroachment on the defense for UTSA, and Temple gets another break. A mistake for UTSA makes it 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line.
First and 5, that is, after the penalty.
Yes.
It'll be the same formation here coming out as Evan Simon goes up to the line.
Simon claps, another hard count. He's going to clap again, gets the ball, and it's bobbled, and Ducker gets the pitch. He takes it for about 5 yards, carries a couple guys up to the 20-yard line. Nice hard run. Simon almost fumbled that ball. He gathered it and got the pitch out to Ducker, and Ducker took it for about 6 yards.
Yeah, Simon saved the day there, and it kind of ended up being like a draw play of sorts. Kind of worked out well for Temple there. Slowed down some of the UTSA linebackers that didn't know exactly what was going to happen there when Simon got the ball. And now Ducker is lined up to Simon's left.
Shotgun, Simon, clapping, waiting for the snap. Bermudez motions in. Simon scans. He's going to have to roll out, and he just throws that ball away. Pressure came in his face, and it is going to be a 2nd and 10. Nothing there on the play. Seemed like there was a quick read up the seam for Temple, and Simon didn't see his first read and didn't really have anywhere else to go with it.
Yeah, Simon, a little pump fake there. Clearly that play did not work the way it was designed to. It was supposed to be a quick pass, and now Temple is behind the sticks. A 2nd and 10 here, again in shotgun.
Motioning his Cush left to right along with Hunter Smith. Simon hands off to Smith. Smith gets swallowed at the line. It is going to be a gain of about 1. Hunter Smith having an increased role as running back Terez Worthy no longer with the team. He's going to take a redshirt year. And back to the line is the Temple Owls. Simon setting his line. Simon claps, goes up to the line, getting a different call out to them. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 9 at the 21, 3:10 left in this quarter. Temple is backed up on their own 9-yard line.
An empty backfield here, 5 receiver set.
Simon pressure showing for UTSA, and Simon gets it out to Kajaya Holloway, and he gets it to the sticks, and he breaks a tackle, gets about 5 more after the first down. It's going to be a first down. Kajaya Holloway to the far sideline at the 40-yard line. Fantastic play by Simon. Nice catch by Holloway.
Luckily for UTSA, Shad Banks was there after the DB missed that tackle, able to push him out of bounds and save a potential touchdown there as... Yeah, he beat 2 defenders, and Shad Banks luckily was there for UTSA, or else he was gone.
Davin Martin couldn't get the tackle on the big body receiver in Holloway. And Temple set up for a nice drive here, gets a second chance. Just under 3 minutes in this first quarter. Cush motioning. Fake handoff. Simon keeps. He's nowhere to go, and he's sacked. Brought down at the 35-yard line. And that is a sack for Anyanwu. Anyanwu had 3 sacks in the game against Colorado State, and he gets another one here against Temple.
Yeah, Evan Simon trying to make something happen, escape up the middle, but unable to, and loses only a yard there. So, again, Evan Simon not forcing the ball downfield, eating up that 1-yard sack, as Ducker, I believe, goes in motion in the backfield.
Motioning his chase, and it's a handoff to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith finds a crease, and he's going to get it up to the 45-yard line, just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1, about a 10-yard rush.
Yeah, that was
for Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith, I talked about it, having an increased role, giving Ducker some breathing time. Hunter Smith, the redshirt senior, Little Rock, Arkansas. He had a big run. A 65-yard touchdown against Howard late in that game, and from that, he's getting an increased role.
Yeah, Troy, he's looked really explosive so far in his carries as he's again in the backfield, chase motions.
Hand off, Smith once again, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 4th down. Crashing in was the defensive line for UTSA, and I wonder, Casey Keeler has been quite aggressive. Let's see if they get the punt team out there, and it does seem like they're going to. Typically, Temple's been quite aggressive, but being in their own territory on a 4th and 4, losing 3 yards was Hunter Smith on that play.
Yeah, not the best play call there. They ran towards where all the UTSA defenders were stacked up, and really good play by the defensive line there for UTSA as Temple looks to punt the ball. And they've had some difficulties with their punts this season.
Atten The single digit for Temple is going to punt it, and he's going to get it down to the 19-yard line where the fair catch is called. And it is going to be 1st and 10, 7 UTSA, 3 for Temple. Just 7 seconds left in this first quarter. Owen McCown is going to take the field. No break here as we are going to roll. Timeout coming soon with probably just about one play left in this quarter. Close one here. We talked about it earlier on. We thought it was going to be very high scoring. It very well could be high scoring throughout the rest of this game, but this first quarter, not a lot has gone on. Last possession was a 3-and-out for UTSA.
Yeah, the defenses seem to be settling in here. And, you know, Temple, again, on that last drive, we talked about it. They slowed down the run there on the first 2 downs and forced them to pass on 3rd down, and that formula is going to work really well defensively for the Owls.
Pistol for UTSA. McCown takes a snap, gives it to the right for Henry. Henry bounces it to the outside. He passed the 20, and he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Nice rush for the best running back in the American Conference, questionably one of the best backs in all of college football. He is fantastic. He's had a 74-yard plus rush in each of the 4 games he's played so far, and that is going to do it for the first quarter of Temple versus UTSA. First conference matchup for these two teams. We will be right back in about 3 minutes. At the 27-yard line, UTSA is going to take the field, switching sides, going right to left. Owen McCown getting the play call in. A little back and forth action here early on. Both teams scoring on their first possessions, and not much going on other than that, as we kick off the second quarter here, it's a heavy formation for UTSA. Henry in the backfield. He's about 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Under center is McCown. He's going to hand to Henry. Henry met at the line, but he escapes to the far side, and he's tackled down at the 25-yard line. Temple with a nice grab. Third and 3. Losing a yard is Henry as he tries to bounce it to the outside.
Yeah, great play there for Temple as he tried to get on the edge and he couldn't do it. And now it is a 3rd and 3. And we'll see if UTSA runs it 3 times in a row here.
Curly Ordonez forced him to the outside. Big 3rd down for Temple. Potential 3 and out for UTSA. Henry in the backfield, and it's going to be going to the air. McCown scanning. He finds a man, and he's got it to McEwen. McEwen makes a man miss, and he jumps forward to about the 36-yard line. First down for UTSA.
Yeah, unfortunate there. A little slip up in the secondary allowed McEwen to get open. And that was David Martin who had a little slip there as UTSA hurries up to the line.
It's going to be a fake handoff, roll out for McCown. McCown goes to his left, finds McEwen once again, and it is going to be a gain of about 7 on that play.
Yeah, UTSA, again, hustling like they did on that first drive. Not much on the second drive, as they are moving the ball quickly here as Temple having to stack the box to stop the run and leaving some receivers open on the outside.
Quick goes UTSA. Shotgun once again. Trying to get the play call in is McCown. Henry goes right to left next to McCown. McCown waiting for the snap. Gets it. He's going to get the handoff, give to Henry. Henry finds a gap, and he's going to take it down to the far side hash line, and it's going to be brought up to about the 45-yard line, nearly enough for a first down. Let's see if they give it to him.
Ordonez has been really solid in the run defense for Temple there, making another tackle there. And UTSA, again, a 3rd and short. They've kind of lived in 3rd and short so far to start this game, and it looks like it's going to be another tush push.
Tush push formation once again under center. And it's going to be a shove, and
I don't know. I don't think he
know
got
if
there.
they got there.
They're spotting him short.
Eric Stewart pumped up, hyping up the Temple sideline, and I believe it was Houston Thomas under center on that rush. Let's check the replay and see what happened there.
It looks like UTSA is going to go for it, but maybe the Denver Broncos can learn a thing or two from this Temple defense as they come into Philadelphia this week. But UTSA staying on the field here on this 4th and a long 1 yard, a full yard here, and they hurry up to the line again.
Quick under center, and it's going to be a fake give, and rolling out is McCown. McCown, he's going to jump forward. He's going to get the first down. McCown can use his legs. Hasn't shown it a whole ton this year, but he shows it there, and he gets the first down for UTSA.
Yeah, not much the Temple Owls can do there, as McCown, they kind of covered everything up except the quarterback rushing, and he got about 3 yards there, just enough to pick up that first down for the Roadrunners.
2 tight ends on either side of the offensive line for UTSA. Amador to the left, McEwen to the right. Amador is going to go left to right motion. It's going to go to the air. McCown drops back. He looks. He finds an open man, and it's caught down by the 40-yard line.
Wow.
It's going to be Thomas Houston getting the first down for UTSA.
And that was an excellent play. It looked like everything was locked up, but he was able to get that perfect throw, and what a catch there. Yeah, they're going to rule that a catch. We'll see. Are they going to review that? No, they are not. It is a catch there for UTSA, a big play there. 15-yard completion, and the QB is lined up under center here.
Will Henderson in the backfield now. No Henry, and it's going to be a give to Henderson. Henderson finds a gap. He gets it for about 8 yards. Yeah. Nice run there. Great gap opened up by UTSA's offensive line, and it's taken to, let's see, it's going to be 2nd and 3 on the 34-yard line.
Yeah. Troy, I mean, this UTSA team is averaging over 6 yards a carry on first down to start this game, so we talked about it. Temple's going to need to slow that down, but a 2nd and 3 here for the Roadrunners as McCown barks out some orders, flanked by his running back to his right.
McCown motions the running back out, and it's going to be a quick pass to Amador. Amador going to come down with the pass on the slant over the middle, and it's going to be a first down, sticks move, another first down for UTSA. McCown looking surgical, only missing one pass so far in this game. He has looked very good.
Yeah, he's had an excellent game here. Only one bad throw, and even that throw hit the receiver's hands, so we will see if that continues here as he lines up under center, running back 7 yards behind him.
Henderson again in, and he's going to get the snap. He goes to the left side of the line, and he's just going to get a couple yards. Gang tackle from Temple's defense.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to need to do here moving forward. About a gain of a yard there for UTSA, and now a 2nd and long in a passing situation here. Although the way they've been running the ball, they could also hand it off, Troy.
Absolutely. And McCown's going to be in the shotgun once again.
A 4 wide receiver set here.
McEwen in the slot. Overmeyer and the near side sideline. Looks to be a drop back. Oh, McCown finds his tight end, and is going to be another first down for UTSA.
Yeah, these Temple DBs are letting the receivers run across their face. It's not been a great game for the coverage for the Owls. Just got that out in time before taking a pretty big hit, and now they are back in the red zone. UTSA, that is, a 1st and 10 from the Owl 13-yard line.
Dan Dishman with the catch there. 1st and 10. Similar situation Temple had, motioning as a receiver, and it's going to be a handoff to Henderson. Henderson bounces around, tries to find a lane, and he finds one going to his right after the left didn't get anything, and he's going to get down to about the 6 or 7 yard line.
Yeah, UTSA, their offensive line has not been necessarily opening up big holes, but they've been pushing these Temple defensive linemen back 4 yards, and the running backs have been agile and found a little bit of space, and that's how they're getting these medium-sized gains almost every single play in the running game.
A lot of patience from these backs as McCown takes a snap, surveys, find a wide open man for the touchdown, and it is Patrick Overmeyer for the touchdown. 6 more up on the board for UTSA. Wide open on the right side. Seems like a broken coverage.
Yeah, a broken play there. Missed coverage assignment, whatever you want to call it. Not very good from Temple. And this secondary, they're going to need to have some talking to, because they have been pretty bad to start this game, letting receivers run wide open, run across their face, and not a great start defensively for the Owls, as the extra point here is right down the middle for the Roadrunners.
14 plays, 81 yards, 7 minutes, 46 seconds, with another 7 points on the board for UTSA. 14-3, UTSA leads at 7:21 left in this first half, and that is going to give us another 2.5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We got Temple offense coming on the field in just a minute. And we're back, 7:21 left in this second quarter. Temple in need of a score, not just a field goal. They're going to need a touchdown as they get closer to the end of the half. Yeah. UTSA winding the clock down, having some very long drives that are really killing Temple, and Temple needs to capitalize.
Yeah, Troy. I mean, we talked about one of the things we talked about pregame was the special teams, and so far Temple has had 2 solid returns, 1 nullified from a penalty. So we'll see what happens on this kickoff.
The kick is up, and it's another knuckleball straight to Tyler Stewart. Tyler Stewart's going to take it up, and he's going to get past the 25-yard line, and he makes a man miss and gets it to the 26 as he tries to find some space going to his left. Temple is going to be going left to right. Just about in the middle of the field here. They're going to have the ball on the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here for the Owls. Their first drive was pretty solid. Their last one, not too bad. Got up to midfield, but they're going to have to keep up with this UTSA offense that started off really well, as Evan Simon will look to continue the good start to this game that he has had. 4 for 7, 52 yards. For the Owls quarterback.
Peter Clark having a great catch, the 22-yard catch he had. Set Temple up well, and a big third down catch from Kajaya Holloway. Didn't get anything from that drive, but Temple's going to look to have to get something up there.
Yeah, Troy. I think this Temple offense needs to continue to attack through the air because honestly, the UTSA pass defense has now looked too good, and their pass rush has been pretty much nullified from the Temple offensive line this game. Really not much pressure on Evan Simon, so maybe look to get a big play here in the pass game as he's had a ton of time, like I just said, and, the running game has been pretty solid, 3.2 yards a carry so far for the Owls, but I think the pass game is the way to go, Troy.
Yeah, and not a lot of Ducker. We've seen quite a bit of Hunter Smith in this game. We were wondering before this game, we talked about no Therese Worthy. He's no longer with the team. So we were wondering between Joquez Smith and Hunter Smith who was going to get a bigger role. And it seems to be it's Hunter Smith. Joquez Smith previously with the team last year didn't really do a whole ton. It was
that's right.
It was a big running back by committee. So it seems like they're going to roll more so with Hunter Smith, but I think Jay Ducker's going to have to get going more so. He's only had 2 carries so far in this game.
Yeah, talking about Hunter Smith, you brought him up. He's looked really explosive in his carries so far this game, and that'll be really nice to have as an option for the Owls. Having 2 solid running backs would be really helpful for this rushing attack, as the UTSA defense is going to take the field here, waiting for here comes the Temple offense, and we're going to get things back underway here in about 20 seconds as the Owls are down 14-3 here midway through the second quarter, as Evan Simon is going to line up in the shotgun.
Ducker back out on the field now for Temple.
And here we go.
In the shotgun, Simon's going to clap. He's going to get Chase in motion, and it's going to be a handoff. No, it's not. It's going to be a dump off. Colin Chase. Colin Chase gets it over to the 30-yard line, gain of about 5.
Yeah, Colin Chase looking to be a bigger part of this offense, and so far this game he's had a good start. That is his 2nd reception of the game, and a nice little 4-yard gain there for the Owls on first down, as he now has 2 receptions there. And
now Colin Chase spent 3 years in FCS football, bumping up to FBS. He's been had a big role for Temple, and it's going to be a handoff this time for Ducker. Ducker is going to be met at the line and brought down after a gain of maybe 1, if that, and he was brought down very quickly, and Temple is going to get the momentum trying to get the momentum going as they go quick to the line. Simon is going to take the hard count and assess the defense, give a call to his line. Ducker to Simon's left.
A 3rd and 5 here for the Owls as Ducker moves to the other side of Simon.
Motioning is Peter Clark to the slot. Simon waiting for the snap. And it's going to be another encroachment. Fantastic hard count for Evan Simon. Gets him off sides, and it's going to be a first down for Temple, I believe, unless they're going to back this up. And it may be against Temple.
No, it'll be an encroachment. We'll see if that's enough. It was a 3rd and 5. We'll see if that's enough or if they're just short. It looks like they're marked about a half a yard short here for the Owls. So still a 3rd down, but a much better situation for Temple as they exit the huddle here. And
struggling in the run game, so let's see if they try to stick with it. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. It's been a run-first offense for Tyler Walker, and Ducker is to the left of Simon. Simon continues with the hard count. Motioning is Colin Chase, and the snap and the give to Ducker, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage. 3 players for UTSA, and they are pumped up. It was John Jones, the first one there to get Ducker behind the line of scrimmage, and just struggles in the run game for Temple.
Yeah, like I said, coming into this game, I mean, UTSA 41st in the nation against the run, allowing only 115 yards per game. So not exactly the strategy you want there from Temple, as they've kind of run some play action, but that time just got stuffed on that 3rd and 1. Now 4th and 4, Eaton with the punt.
And with a low drive, bounces at the 35, bounces down to the 20, down to the 15, takes a Temple bounce down to the 13-yard line, picked up by Temple, and it is going to be a long ways to go for UTSA, as we will be back in just 3 minutes. Welcome back in. We got 4:45 left in this first half of Temple versus UTSA. UTSA up 14-3, and the ball is on the 15-yard line for UTSA in Temple territory. McCown looking to take the field. He's got 103 yards already in this game.
Yeah, this is going exactly how UTSA would want it to go. Passing game successful in this first half, going to open up some rushing lanes for this electric running game in the second half, maybe even on this drive. We'll see if Temple can start to slow down the passing attack.
Henry just 4 yards a carry with 37 yards on the ground.
This Temple really is stacking the box heavy here defensively.
McCown is going to motion his man in, takes the snap, looks at the air, drop back, and it's going to be incomplete as McCown tries to hit his receiver, McEwen, on the curl. Good coverage by Jalen Castleberry.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there. Not the best throw from McCown. That was right at the defender. Lucky that the defender didn't turn his head there. It hit him right in the chest.
Very similar play in the first quarter. Temple had Kajaya Holloway.
Castleberry in coverage there, Troy. As another receiver runs across the formation.
And it's going to be a handoff. Henry. No, it's not. It is going. Oh, Temple just had a massive save. It was a RPO look on a crosser to McEwen in the middle of the field. And if he beat his man, he was gone. But it was a shoestring tackle made to stop the long touchdown, but it is going to be a first down on the 30-yard line as Henry's in the backfield with McCown. McCown looking to take the snap, motioning across the field, and Henry takes the snap. He gets about 4 yards on this run, very patient.
Yeah, Temple here, defensively, kind of been a struggle so far. 2nd and 6 here, as UTSA is kind of doing whatever they want to do here offensively. And Temple really needs to slow them down if they want to stay in this game as the clock ticks under 4 minutes left in the first half.
McCown has Henry to his left. McCown drops back, surveys, and he's going to find absolutely nobody. Overthrown for the receiver, A.J. Wilson, and nearly picked off. Castleberry in double coverage on Wilson nearly gets the overthrow, and that could have been a massive play for Temple.
Yeah, that was a big missed opportunity for Castleberry, and if he catches that, he had blockers out in front of him and not a UTSA offensive player in sight. He could have taken that all the way back. Really lucky there for UTSA, as now they are forced to have a 3rd and 6 and a passing situation. I sound like a broken record, Troy, but this is the situation Temple wants defensively.
Absolutely, and it is going to be passing as McCown has nowhere to go, and he's just going to throw it away at the feet of Henry. Pressure got to him, and on the pressure was Temple's Demaric Morris.
Yeah.
Fantastic job, and it's going to be a punt coming up. 3:17 in this game on the 34-yard line. Exactly what Temple needed.
Yeah, exactly what they needed. Right, correctly said, Troy. They were trying to run a little bit of a screen pass there, and Temple kind of read that play, blew it up, and McCown just had to drop it off at the feet of his running back, as now UTSA will punt the ball away.
Jojo Bermudez back to receive, and he's going to call a fair catch inside the 20 and is going to be downed at about the 14-yard line.
Great punt there for UTSA, and Temple now with the opportunity here. A little over 3 minutes left in this half. An opportunity to get some momentum heading into halftime for the Owls, as they will look to improve on their last 2 drives, as they started out with a great first drive, settling for 3, and their last 2 drives have been forced to punt the ball away. Their rushing attack has not been very good, only 2.3 yards a carry on 8 carries. As
Simon is going to take the hard count again, motioning, broken record, motioning Colin Chase, and it's going to be a rollout. Simon using his legs, he's going to get past the 15-yard line for a gain of 2, and Temple, they are going to get the possession going into the second half. So this is a very, very big drive. If Temple can capitalize and get a touchdown, they will be very much in this game. Not out of this game, just down by 11, but they could be in fantastic position to gain the lead coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I really think if you're Temple here offensively, you got to look to pass the ball. That first drive, their passing attack was excellent, and it'll help open up the run game a little bit as another receiver comes in motion. That's Chase again across the formation.
Simon's going to give it to Chase on the near side, and he's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line, maybe losing a yard there. It is going to bring up a 3rd and long situation once again for Temple.
Yeah, a great play by Jamarius Lewis there defensively for UTSA, coming up and making the tackle in the open field.
Going quick back to the line. Simon continuing his hard count. UTSA's defense trying to get set. 4 men down on the line. Simon is going to walk back to the sideline. It's going to be a timeout. Temple's going to talk this one over before their big 3rd down. 2 minutes left. We get a 2-minute timeout.
Yeah,
we'll be right back in 3 minutes. Third and 8 on the 16 for Temple and company. Evan Simon taking the field with Jay Ducker. Colin Chase on the near side. In the slot is Peter Clark. On the outside is Bermudez on the far side. Simon motioning Colin Chase. Takes the snap, drops back, escapes the pocket, and he's going to run. Evan Simon gets a block, and he's up past the 30-yard line. He gets the first down and some. Great play, fantastic job for Simon using his legs, escaping the pocket, and getting the big first down.
Yeah, a fantastic read there from Simon. Nobody really open downfield, but able to escape the pocket and get a huge gain there, and a lot of momentum for Temple here, as they needed a play like that on 3rd and long.
Gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:51 left in the half. Simon motioning is Holloway. Takes a snap. Ducker gets the handoff, and he is wrapped up at the 35, 36-yard line. He gets about 2 on this play.
Yeah, and one name we haven't really heard offensively is Bermudez. Really, really quiet first half. Obviously, that big punt return that was called back, but Bermudez really, you want him to try and get involved here to end this half, but number 17 has been silent so far.
Bermudez in the slot right now, trips formation as there's a motion man going right to left for Temple. Simon drops back, pressure in his face, evades the pocket, evades the pressure, and finds a man. It is caught by Ducker, and he is at the 40-yard line. It is going to be a third down for Temple.
Yeah, I was really hoping, and there's going to be a timeout here. I was really hoping for that, announcer right to Bermudez, but it didn't work out there. But a 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Owls as they take a timeout here to stop the clock with 1:05 left in the first half. A really, really big play here, Troy.
I love your strategy of trying to get the announcers jink to go Temple's way. Just doesn't work. But it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a big sack. On the pressure was the defensive end for UTSA, Ty Leonard from Houston.
Yeah, I mean, Evan Simon honestly has had a great first half, and he's honestly the only reason Temple is still kind of in this game. Great first drive, and a great drive here so far. Temple on their own 40-yard line here, a 3rd and 5 as they come out of the timeout. A big play here. You mentioned it a little earlier. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, so any points here would be huge for the Owls.
Simon once again has a big third down on his hands, a little bit shorter than the previous one on this drive. Simon getting ready to take the snap, motioning is Bermudez. And it is going to be another early movement. Let's see if it's on UTSA once more.
That looked to me like a false start, but we'll see what the call here is as the officials gather, and yes, it is a false start for the Owls. That'll back them up and make it a 3rd and long. 10 yards here to gain to get the first down as they back up to the 34-yard line. And
I believe it was Peter Clark who moved a little bit too fast.
Yeah, interesting. It seemed like a few of the Temple players moved. Maybe a misjudge on the snap count there as Simon will drop back into the shotgun and some
empty
motion.
Set here. We got on the 34-yard line, 3rd and 10. Big for Temple. Dropping back is Simon. Simon, another pressure in his face. He escapes, going to his left. He's running, and he is going to get tripped up just short of the sticks, maybe 1 yard shy.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is here from Casey Keeler, as I believe UTSA is going to call a timeout here.
4th and 1.
Yes, UTSA takes the timeout. Going to be an interesting play call here.
If you're Temple and you go for this and you are unsuccessful, there's 56 seconds left on the clock, and that is plenty of time for UTSA to march down the field, get an easy field goal, and by the way this game has been going, they could even get close to the end zone and put another 7 on the board, and it seems like the punt squad is going to come out for Casey Keeler's team.
Yeah, UTSA's kicker, I believe his long this season is 40 yards, if I'm remembering correctly. So not the biggest leg, but Temple is going to play it safe here and punt the ball.
I'm going to try to use my announcer's jinx, and let's see if there's going to be a fake punt on this play.
That would be awesome to see, Troy. I would love that. Pretty unlikely here in this situation, as UTSA's running game is really good, so
in the first single digit for Temple on special teams. At number 7 takes the snap, and the punt is up. No fake, and is going to be downed at the 21-22 yard line. UTSA, with 50 seconds left in the half, is going to take over. 14 up on the board for UTSA. Temple 3.
yeah, UTSA here taking the field, and honestly, they've been really excellent in the pass attack. 12 for 16, 118 yards, and a touchdown for McCown. And we'll see if Temple can kind of slow them down here. They've played pretty soft coverage to start this game, Troy, and this is a big drive here. A stop here would give Temple some momentum heading into the halftime locker room, but we'll see if they can make that happen here. Maybe force a turnover.
Henderson in the backfield for this UTSA offense, set to the left of McCown. McCown takes a snap. He gives to Henderson. Henderson trying to find a lane, and he doesn't get much. The line gets about 2 yards of push, and that's where Henderson is going to end up just 2 yards further down the field. It is going to be 2nd and 8 on the 19, and UTSA is going to continue going quick. Dropping back is McCown. McCown looking to his left, finds a man over the middle, but it's broken up in coverage.
Yeah, great play there for the Temple defense. And the clock stops here with 24 seconds left, and we'll see what UTSA decides to do.
Redshirt sophomore Javont Brown stepping in for the hurt Caton Suprenant, and big Temple stop, a great play. Next man up mentality for Casey Keeler's squad.
Yeah, you expect a run here from UTSA to force Temple to either take a timeout or let the half run out, but there's a 3 wide receiver set, and they're going to pass it here.
McCown dropping back. Hay gets in the face of McCown. McCown is going to roll out to his left, and he is going to be out of bounds, stopped at about the 30-yard line.
And we will see, and I believe that is a first down for UTSA, depending on the spot.
And the flag on the field. I believe it wasn't Alan Hay getting pressure. It was Sekou Chroma getting pressure, and I believe there is going to be a hold call on the offensive lineman holding up Hay, and it is going to be, let's see, yep, it was a hold. Sekou Chroma getting in the face of McCown, draws the penalty, and it's going to back them up.
And now you 100% expect a run here.
Absolutely.
Right?
Temple may try to get a timeout. 14 seconds left in this half. Temple doesn't really have a chance to do much if they get the punt. Probably about 7 seconds will wind off the clock. 3rd and 17 for UTSA. Henderson in the backfield.
UTSA in the shotgun here.
5 down linemen for Temple.
As they go, a 4 wide receiver set. Really interesting formation, trying to spread out this Temple defense here.
3 now down for Temple. And it is going to be a run up the middle, and it's Alan Hay getting to the back. He's pumped up. Not a tackle for loss, but a gain of just 1. Great play from Sekou Chroma, the senior.
Yeah, a really good play and some momentum to take into the second half, stopping that run play as Temple did end up taking a timeout. So they're going to force UTSA to punt the ball here, and maybe there'll be a mistake, a big return, a block. You never know what could happen here with now 11 seconds remaining in the half as they added a little tick there.
And I said Sekou Chroma. It was Alan Hay. I got it right the first time. It was number 8, the single digit for Temple's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good play by Hay. And, hey, maybe we'll see a block here. You like that one, Troy?
That was fantastic.
And, yeah.
11 seconds. JoJo Bermudez had a great run called back. He's back to receive.
Punting from the end zone here, right in between that G and L in Eagles in the end zone, as Temple looks like they're going to try and block this punt as he gets it away. And
clock winds, and it's going to be, it's a long roll. It's going to be down by about the 30. 3 seconds on the clock, 1 second, and it seems like that clock is going to roll down as UTSA does not stop the clock. 14-3, UTSA leads it as we head into half. Temple is set to get the ball as we return. Rough start for Temple's defense, and Temple's offense really not getting much going. UTSA having their way right now. Owen McCown having a fantastic day so far. 12 for 17, 118 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown going to Patrick Overmeyer, the redshirt sophomore out of Kingwood, Texas. And Ben, what's going to have to change from Temple? They're keeping Robert Henry in check, but what might need to change?
yeah, I think, well, you're keeping him in check, but I think that's only going to stay for so long. First down has to be better defensively against the run. They've kind of gotten whatever they want in the running game on first down. I believe it's 6 yards a carry on first down for the Road Runners, and you look at this team, they've done really well in the passing game, UTSA that is, and you didn't really expect that coming in. We expected them to run the ball well, but this passing attack has been excellent. Temple's secondary really needs to hold up better in this second half, and yeah, I mean that's just that's the killer. That's been the killer blow for them.
Absolutely. Temple down 11. We will be back in 20 minutes as Temple is going to receive the second half kickoff. Don't go anywhere. Temple versus UTSA will be back shortly. 7 minutes until we start off the second half. But before, we've got an American Conference game going on right now in front of us at Lincoln Financial Field. But we're going to take a look around the American and see how the rest of the conference is doing. Ben, I'm going to hand it off over to you, and you can take care of around the American.
Yeah, Army starting out 0-2 in the American, but up 24-7 with a little over 10 minutes remaining in that football game against UAB, who many people expected to be a little bit of a better team in this conference this year, but going to start out, it looks like, 0-2 in the conference. And Navy in a dogfight. The 4-0 team is facing Air Force, and, I guess you shouldn't be surprised when these two teams face off. It's going to be a close game. Although, surprisingly, Navy has been passing the ball. 281 yards passing for the Navy midshipmen. Really interesting to see that, as, they're obviously known for running the ball. And that is Temple's next opponent, as, offensively, Navy has been excellent. 161 yards rushing the ball, 281 yards passing. So, not exactly the type of team that Temple wants to see, as their defense has kind of struggled so far throughout this game. And let's talk about this Temple UTSA game, as, both sides of the ball have really struggled for the Owls in that first half. Offensively, they started out great, right? Going down the field, they did have to settle for that field goal, but, the passing attack looked really good. And then Temple just decided they wanted to run the ball, and it has not worked at all, Troy.
I think a big problem in this game is that Evan Simon is the leading rusher for the team.
Absolutely.
Jay Ducker has had absolutely nothing going on, and most of the rush yards from Simon are not from design run plays. It is from mostly scramble drills, and Simon's been fantastic in that field. But switching to the other side of the run game, I'm quite surprised how well Temple is doing with the star back in Henry Jr. Henry has had 10 carries, 41 yards, and just a long of 8. But then again, he is a guy who can get those 74-yard runs at the drop of a hat. So Temple can't give up on stopping the run. They're gonna have to keep putting pressure on that run game. And
Troy. We discussed it. At least I thought that UTSA would come out running on first down and look to pass it from there. And so far that plan of attack has worked. But look for UTSA to run the ball a lot more in the second half, kind of wearing down that Temple defensive line, as they ran a lot of hurry up early on in this ball game, I think, to try and tire out the Owls defense. And UTSA has been good on first and second down rushing the ball. The third down stops, I think, have lowered that average a little bit, so it's a little bit deceiving, only averaging the 3 yards a carry for UTSA, but they do have 60 yards on the ground. But McCown for them has really been excellent, has only missed 5 completions, a 71% completion percentage, and really only had to account 2 bad throws this game, although one of them should have been an interception for the Owls defense. But he's been pretty solid to start this game, and so far definitely the best game of his season.
Yeah, and Devin McEwen, he's got 4 of the receptions from McCown, 35 yards, and another 30 yards for Houston Thomas. And I would imagine that the balanced offense is not really going to continue so much for UTSA. I think especially if Temple can't get 6 up on the board on this drive that they receive. UTSA is just going to stick with the run game and hope for one of those big runs that Robert Henry Jr. has yet to have. He's had a 74-plus rush in all of the games that he's played so far. He's had over 140 yards in each of the games that he's played, and he has been kept in check, like we said, 41 yards. So Temple is going to have to, we keep talking about it, but I just think it's such an important factor. Robert Henry hasn't had like a ton of consistency with each of his carries, but he just pops those big chunk yards.
Yeah, Troy, I think you touched on it just a second there. This Temple is getting the ball to start this half. They need to put up points. A touchdown would be great, but even just a field goal, make it a one-score game and kind of keep it so UTSA can't run every single play and run down this clock. Evan Simon has been excellent, right? Hasn't put the ball in harm's way. But I think this Temple offense needs a big play. At least just come out passing the ball. We talked about it. They came out, they started passing the ball against this UTSA defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. And, I talked about it to start this game. I said, hey, this UTSA defense, they are 129th in the nation against the pass, allowing you to reach 300 yards. Temple only with 59 yards passing. That's just not going to do it.
And your player to count on, per se, the start of the game in our stand-up, you highlighted JoJo Bermudez. He's yet to have a catch in this game, so I would imagine that he needs to be more involved in this offense because he's a shifty guy. We saw it on the couple punt returns that he's had, that he's very quick, and if Simon can get him the ball in open space, he can really do some damage.
Yeah, like you said, that punt return got called back, but really shifty. I think, Temple's had these guys go in motion every play. Maybe put Bermudez in motion. See if you can get him a quick pass to start underneath in this half. Get him going a little bit. Colin Chase has been Temple's best receiver to start this game. He has 3 receptions for 19 yards. But they've really only gotten the ball to the receivers underneath. There has not been a long completion other than Peter Clark early on that first drive. That was really the longest throw. I think he caught it. What did he catch it? Like 12 yards downfield and ended up getting 22 there. Other than that, they've really only thrown it underneath.
And if you can recall in the Georgia Tech game, Temple had a very nice over-the-middle deep pass to JoJo Bermudez for a touchdown. If Temple can get him on an over route, something that kind of breaks up the safeties, I really think that his speed could be utilized there downfield. And as Temple lines up to receive, back is Tyler Stewart and Hunter Smith.
Yeah, you talked about that Georgia Tech game real quick as we await this kickoff. They had a great second half against the Georgia Tech, a really, really good football team down there in Atlanta. But, yeah, they only lost the second half by 7 points. So, hopefully, Temple can have a better second half, and this can be a fun, competitive football game as they will be receiving the kick here as we await that kick.
And this game has big bowl implications. Like we said, this is the first conference matchup for both of these teams. And Temple, they've got 2 wins so far. You just need 6 with first-year coach Casey Keeler. Wants a bowl game, and that kick is up and away. It's going to be a touchback to the 25. Going left to right will be Evan Simon and company taking the field.
Yeah, so far only 50 rushing yards, 60 passing yards. They have a decent time of possession, but that's mainly from that first drive we talked about. Again, I would love to see either a play action on this first play or some sort of passing play because the rushing attack on first down has been pretty bad, and they've been on 2nd and 8+ pretty much every drive. So we will see here as there is motion in the backfield.
Simon ready to take the first snap of this game. It's going to be a give to Ducker. Ducker tries to find something. He finds a little bit of a gap, getting maybe 1 yard, 2 yards, getting up to the 27-yard line. Ducker goes to the right side of the offensive line.
Yeah, well, clearly the coaching staff disagrees with us, and that's why we are up here in the booth, but a 2-yard run there to start the second half, and now it's a passing situation yet again.
Motioning is Cush down to the near side. Fake handoff over the middle. Caught Peter Clark. He gets it down to the 50. He carries a couple of UTSA defenders, and he's down inside the 40. Great play over the middle. Fantastic catch for Peter Clark, the man out of London. What a play to start this game. Just what Temple needed.
Yeah, the big Brit there. A huge play, an excellent catch. The safety was trying to go for the pick, missed it, and then he carried 2 defenders nearly 15 yards. What a play.
Grown man play, and Temple's going to get right back to it in the gun. Colin Chase motioning. Ducker gets the snap, and he's going to take it. He finds a gap. He's inside the 30. Temple getting their run game going.
Yeah, Temple with a lot of momentum. 2 solid plays back-to-back, and now a second and 3 here for the Owls. Make that 2nd and 2, so a chance to maybe take a shot downfield.
I was thinking that Temple really needs to utilize the middle of the field, and they did just that. High-pointing Simon gets Peter Clark for the pass that sets up this potential red zone trip. Simon gives to Ducker. Ducker gets it inside the 30-yard line, maybe to the 29.
Yeah, pretty much back at the line of scrimmage, and a 3rd and short here, and it's not a gimme. This UTSA run defense has been excellent to start this game, as Evan Simon, was the leading rusher for the Owls in that first half with 28 rushing yards, so you got to watch out for him here. And they also threw it a lot underneath, so there's a lot of options here for Temple. We'll see what they do here. This could be 4-down territory, depending on what happens here.
Jojo Bermudez coming off the field. Ryder Cush coming in. 2 tight ends set for Temple, motioning his chase. Once again, Simon is going to give it to Ducker. Ducker leaps over a defender, and there is a flag thrown in the backfield. Potential hold for Temple. Let's see what the call is. I think Ducker got the first down, and it is going to be
It is a holding, yes. You were correct. A holding on Temple. And that is a huge penalty. Ducker had picked up that first down. Temple had all the momentum, and now they back up.
3rd and 12 on the 39. If Temple can't get anything, it is going to be a probable punt situation, as Carl Harden probably won't be making that deep of a field goal. Maddox Trujillo might be able to, but Carl Harden, I won't put it past him. But
well, I don't dislike this. We get to see a pass play here for the Owls.
Simon's going to drop back, and he's going to toss it up. Kajaya Holloway to the near side. Sideline, 20-yard line goes Holloway, and he gets the first down for Temple.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't too upset with that opportunity. Temple's passing attack has been good. UTSA's pass defense, we said coming into this game, was not very good. So hopefully that kind of look shows the coaches, hey, we got to pass the ball more here, as it is a red zone trip for the Owls down to the 20-yard line.
Fantastic conversion. Motioning once again is Chase. I'm going to say that all game. And Ducker's going to get the handoff. He tries to cut it outside, and it's going to be a 2 or 3 yard loss wrapped up. Owen Pee-wee gets him in the backfield.
Yeah, he came into the backfield unblocked and chased down Ducker, who was trying to be patient in the backfield. And yeah, I mean, we sound like broken records. Chase in motion and a bad carry for the Owls on first down. I promise we are not replaying ourselves. This is just what is happening in this ballgame for Temple. But
19 yards was that catch for Holloway.
Yeah, 2nd and 12 here. Again in the shotgun is Simon.
Simon waiting for the snap. Claps again, receives the snap, finds Colin Chase. Colin Chase makes a man miss. He breaks a tackle, gets it inside the 10-yard line.
And it'll be 1st and goal for the Owls. Chase was wide open, and the pass game, again, doing really well when they decide to pass it.
Temple's moving away from that play-action game and just going more so into the straight go-ahead passing game, and Colin Chase down at the bottom of on the near side, and once again motioning. And the handoff give to Ducker. Ducker runs up the middle.
About a 1.5 yard game, maybe. Again, I feel like Temple has run it almost every first down this game. Somewhat predictable. But, that one wasn't a loss, at least. Let's say that, to put it nicely.
Tyler Walker definitely likes to try to establish a run, and I honestly don't mind it because the more you try at it, the more it opens up. So Simon, he's gonna clap, and he's gonna receive, and Ducker takes it to the edge on the right side, and he is swallowed up.
Yeah, tackled for about a half-yard loss, and now it is a 3rd and 7. And Troy, I'm going to be honest with you, this offense has been somewhat predictable, but the passing attack has kind of made up for it. So Temple kind of right where they want to be in this situation, I feel like, as they've converted multiple third and longs and third and mediums this drive, as it is Evan Simon all alone in the backfield, 5 wide for the Owls here on 3rd and goal.
Empty set. Simon ready to take the snap, looks left, scans, finds a man, Jojo Bermudez, in for the touchdown! Caught it on the 1-yard line, bounced off the tackle, and he's in. Temple with their first touchdown, 10-yard passing touchdown for Jojo Bermudez, and Temple on the board.
Yeah,
once again.
And they finally found him. That's his first catch of the ball game. Was I thought going to get tackled at the 1-yard line, but the UTSA defender missed the tackle, and Temple gets in for the touchdown. And Troy, their passing attack was excellent that drive.
Fantastic. Jojo Bermudez, just 5'9", 170, but he looked like a big body like Kajaya Holloway bouncing off the tackle, getting into the end zone, and Carl Harden's kick makes it 14-10 as UTSA is going to get another chance. Fantastic drive for Temple. Bunch of big third down plays to continue their drive, and started off by that big play from Peter Clark.
Yeah, absolutely. A great start to the half for Temple. We will be right back in 2 minutes when UTSA has their first drive of the second half.
Temple with a 10-play, 70-yard drive that lasted almost 6 minutes. Just what they needed to start off the second half. 9:03 left in the third quarter. 14-10. UTSA with the lead.
Well, Troy, we talked about it. The first big thing that needed to happen happened. Temple drove down the field, got a touchdown back in this ball game. Now can Temple's defense step up, maybe slow down the pass a little bit? We'll see if UTSA continues to throw the ball through the air or attack them on the ground, which they've done excellent this season. As we await the kickoff from the Owls.
Back to receive is Henderson. Heels just shy of the end zone, and the kick is away. And it looks to be a touchback, and the ball will go out to the 25-yard line. Owen McCown gets his first shot in the second half.
Yeah, Owen McCown with his best half of the season, 12 for 17, 120 yards and a touchdown. That is a 71% completion percentage for the UTSA quarterback. Temple's defense, again, needs to slow down the passing attack, and the main thing for me is slowing down the run on first down. UTSA has had a lot of third and shorts to start this game, so we'll see if they can slow them down here in the second half with a tight set for UTSA.
Henry to the left of McCown. Awaiting the snap, pressure shown, and it is a dump off to Henry, who almost breaks a tackle. It is a jersey grab tackle by Eric Stewart, who gets Henry down at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, a gain of 3 there, and one thing I can say positive about this Temple defense is they've done a pretty solid job tackling in the open field.
That's something that they struggled with, especially in the secondary, but it's picked up since the start of the season.
Yeah, a lot better all around this team this year compared to last season. As
heavy set for UTSA, motioning is Houston Thomas, and is going to be a screen to David Amador, and he's tackled down again, Eric Stewart, after a gain of about 2 once again.
And here we go, 3rd and 5 for UTSA. A situation you will usually see a pass, but again, UTSA can run the ball excellently. I was going to say excellently. That's not a word. I don't know what word I should use there.
We'll roll with it.
We'll roll with it.
Cameron Stewart is going to enter the game. He has been absolutely fantastic for Temple on this big 3rd down. Really big for Temple. McCown looking to pass. He finds a man, and it's broken up.
And there's a flag in the backfield as, oh no, that might be a roughing the passer play. Number 25 for Temple. Trying to plead innocence, but it is a roughing the passer and a huge penalty for the Owls. That is their 4th penalty of the ball game.
It was on Cameron Stewart, and Jameer Jones was in on that pass breakup. Thomas Houston couldn't hold on to the pass, but it does not matter.
It looked like he may have hit him up high as... Yeah, it looked like it hit him. He might have hit him up high. I don't know if he made contact. That kind of looked like a good sell job from the quarterback there, but either way, Temple is going to have to deal with the consequences as they give up a first down, and UTSA all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Casey Keeler is quite unhappy.
As the officials come together.
Maybe they're going to review for potential targeting penalty. I mean, Casey Keeler is very upset.
Yeah, we saw the replay here in the booth, and it didn't really look like much of a penalty to me. I know his head went back, but there wasn't much contact there at all, Troy. And I don't know exactly what happened there, but the officials said something. Didn't really change anything, and Casey Keeler still giving the sideline official an earful. As Temple is gonna have to fight through some adversity here, as UTSA
gets quick to the line. McCown, it's going to be a direct snap to. It was a direct snap to Henry, but there was a flag thrown, and flashing is 55. The line judge, and is going to be a false start on UTSA. Kamar, Missouri, on the false start.
And they will be behind the sticks here, a 1st and 15 for the Roadrunners, as they will have a 4 wide receiver set in the shotgun here.
Back-to-back penalties by both teams.
Temple in with a single high safety look here, as
McCown ready to take the snap. He drops back. And is a pass to Devin McEwen down the far sideline, picked off! Interception for Temple! And that is Jameer Jones, the man who got his pass deflection taken away after a roughing the passer penalty, and it is going to be a takeover for this Temple team. They will get the ball just down 4 points. Huge play for Temple.
Yeah, we had an excellent, almost a perfect angle to that play here in the booth, and you just saw the safety reading the quarterback's eyes, like I said, he was a single high safety, and he sprinted to the point of attack. Not a good throw, and I talked about it pregame. McCown is prone to making some, let's say, boneheaded throws, and that was ill-advised, and now Temple will take over down 4, all the momentum on the Owls sideline.
Let's see what Evan Simon can do here. 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. The snap taken, and is going to be a handoff, and the run to the 30 is Hunter Smith, and he takes it inside the 10 all the way for a touchdown. Hunter Smith takes it all the way, and it is a 54-yard touchdown. Temple is now up 16-14. Hunter Smith breaks away for another big run.
And what a start to the second half. Couldn't be better, Troy. A perfect start. Temple forces the turnover, and then immediately with a home run play. As we enter Red October, Temple is getting it started.
The cherry and the white set up for their field goal to potentially go up 3 points. It is in the third quarter, 7:24 left in this quarter.
And we talked about it, Troy. Smith looked really, really good in that first half. Didn't have all the yards, but every time he touched the ball, there was just some electricity in the atmosphere in Lincoln Financial Field, and he hit a home run there. A 54-yard carry as we will head into a break, but the Temple Owls take a 3-point lead.
Carl Harden with the extra point made. It is 17-14. The interception from Jameer Jones sets up a 54-yard touchdown for Hunter Smith on the ground. Jay Ducker couldn't get anything going, and Hunter Smith puts it on his back, and now Temple up with the lead after trailing 11 going into the half. 7:24 left in the third quarter as Temple is going to kick off once again to UTSA.
Yeah, Troy, you talked about it. I was a little frustrated with Temple continuing to run the ball, but clearly it paid off. They opened up a hole there, and a big 54-yard carry for Smith as Temple, they're going to have to continue to play well here. Only up 3, but have all the momentum right now, Troy.
They absolutely do. And the kick is away. And I believe in for a touchback once again to the 25. Owen McCown is going to take another stab at it.
Yeah, I expect UTSA to come out here and, try and get some quick completions to get McCown's confidence up, because we talked about it. His last game was pretty poor. 2 interceptions there, not the best game, and you worry about his confidence right now after throwing a pick there. Not a good read in double coverage. So we will see what happens here for UTSA. Again, a team that's a big threat on the ground, so have to continue to watch out for that.
No Robert Henry in the backfield, however. It is Henderson to the right of McCown on the far side hash. McCown's going to take the snap, look to go to the air, rolls to his left, finds Henderson. Henderson is up to the 31-yard line. A gain of about 6 on this first down play.
Yeah, continuing. I mean, UTSA has been really good on first down throughout this game. So that's kind of what you expect from them on the first down play as they hurry up to the line yet again.
3rd and 5. Set to the right again is Henderson. Left to right goes Amador. And it is almost a sack, but it's caught by A.J. Wilson in the middle of the field up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, another RPO there for UTSA, continuing to hustle to the line. Temple's pass defense was pretty questionable in that first half, and, so far this drive, it's been a little questionable. That big play there, as UTSA has the ball on their 46-yard line, just about where they had it when they threw that pick on their last drive.
Castleberry on the coverage. McCown throws a strike with pressure in his face. McCown set to take the snap, and he drops back once again, looking downfield. He finds a wide open man. It is once again to his receiver, A.J. Wilson, and he's taking it inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, wide open, made a defender miss, and now in the red zone, quick as can be, is UTSA, as Temple's going to look to make some defensive subs, as that defensive line has got to be exhausted with the pace that UTSA is playing at.
This is exactly what they want to do. After watching Georgia Tech and Oklahoma run a quick offense, UTSA wants to do the same to wear down Temple's defense. And McCown ready to take the snap. It is going to be a fake handoff, and the pass is batted down at the line.
Yeah, a really, really good play, and some good coverage, too. I mean, I don't think that would have been a completion, even if it wasn't batted down, but really good play by the defensive line, and that's what they got to do. They got to get UTSA to not have big plays on first down. And, yeah, a great play. I believe that was Chroma.
Yes, sir. Sekou Chroma, one of the single-digit members for Temple, given to some of the best leaders of the team, some of the best players, and Sekou Chroma, the 6'3" man, gets his hand up and bats down that pass as McCown gets set for 2nd and 10. He drops back once again. He airs it out, and open in the end zone is McEwen for the touchdown, 18-yard strike in the end zone. And now UTSA takes the score once again. It is 20-17, pending the extra point.
Yeah, great play by McCown. He knew he was going to get blown up, and he got blown up, but able to find the corner there. And another great play for McEwen, who's had an excellent game so far for the Roadrunners. 5 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown now for the receiver, as we await the extra point here from the Roadrunners, as that is up, and it is good.
4-point game once again. UTSA 21, Temple 17, 5:28 left in this third quarter. We will be right back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Temple set to receive. 5 plays, 75 yards, and under 2 minutes was that scoring drive for UTSA. Owen McCown approaching 200 yards in the air. He has 2 touchdowns, one to Devin McEwen and one other one to his tight end, Patrick Overmeyer. And this game is a 4-point separation. UTSA 21, Temple 17, 5:28 in the third. It's a close one as we are set for another kickoff. Here we go. The kick is up, and it's going to be another touchback.
Yeah, clearly UTSA does not want to let this dangerous Temple return game get any opportunity this half, as they had some opportunities in the first half, made some plays, and now UTSA is just kicking it out of the end zone. But last time this Temple offense was out on the field, 1 play, Smith, touchdown. We'll see what happens here for the Owls as their offense takes the field, and we'll see who's in at running back for the Owls, as Jay Ducker has struggled, and he is not back there. I believe that is Smith in the backfield, or maybe that is Ducker.
It is Ducker. Ducker is going to line up behind Evan Simon.
I guess I was not speaking it into existence, as it's a
play action looking deep, and it is incomplete.
Yeah. They are pretty far away from us, to be fair, Troy.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a different location than typical. So it's, and especially with Temple being on the far left side of the field, on the far side, further down towards the left end zone. It's a little bit difficult for us to see. Not sure who is on the reception or on the target there. And, I mean, 0 and a 9 can look quite similar from this far away, so I can't blame you.
Yeah, it is quite a distance. And Temple incomplete there on first down. A 2nd and long here for the Owls.
In the shotgun, Ducker is going to go right to left. Chase in motion. Give to Ducker. Ducker is going to get wrapped up and he is going to be down at about the 25-yard line. It is going to be another 3rd and long for Temple as they quickly get back to the line. In the slot is Ryder Cush. Simon is going to get directions from the sideline, gives it out to his offensive line.
3rd and 9 here. Temple has been pretty solid on 3rd and medium to long here.
Simon ready to take the snap. Hard count, takes it, drops back, searching. He goes far downfield, and overthrow for Colin Chase, and that is going to bring out the punt unit for Temple. Trying to get a chunk play, Simon overthrows his man.
Yeah, got to believe there's some sort of miscommunication, because I don't believe Evan Simon would overthrow his wide receiver by 15 yards like he just did. That was intended for Chase, as Temple will have to punt here. So a great start to the half, but the last drive for UTSA, quick punch, and Temple not able to punch back.
Dante Atten, the Aussie, is going to let it rip, and it is going to be fair caught at the 31-yard line, and that's where UTSA is going to take over.
Yeah, UTSA, like I just said before that punt, a really quick drive, under 3 minutes to get the touchdown, and we'll see if Temple's passing defense can figure themselves out, because clearly UTSA has adjusted to the fact that, you know, maybe the run isn't working as well as it has most of the season, but the pass has been working better than it has this season for them. So we'll see.
And it seems UTSA is trying to keep Robert Henry fresh. He has yet to have a carry so far in the second half. He is out there now, lining up to the left of McCown. Every time I say McCown, I try not to say Josh.
Yeah.
His dad played for the Eagles. We talked about it earlier, but it's Owen McCown. Motioning out of the backfield is Henry. Henry is going to get the catch. He takes it up to 30, finds a seam, and he's tackled. And it is going to, there's a flag out near the tackle. Let's see.
I believe that'll be a hold on Dan Dishman, it looked like, out there.
You are correct. That is a big break again for Temple. The small mistakes adding up for UTSA. Honestly, you could call that a big one, as it is going to bring up 1st and 20. Ball going to go to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Dishman with the hold at the point of attack, and really unnecessary hold there for UTSA. Both these teams making a lot of mistakes, and
McCown looking to the sideline for the call.
Yeah, we'll see what UTSA does. An interesting position here on a 1st and 20, as they changed the play here at the line of scrimmage.
2 tight ends out on the field for UTSA, and it's a keeper for McCown. McCown is going to get just a few yards on that play, maybe gets up to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, a really, really good play for the Temple defensive line there, making sure that he didn't break that one for a big run.
As there is an owl down on the field, it is Eric Stewart, the linebacker. And that would be a big loss for Temple if he can't stay on the field,
yeah, really
as they have already had some injuries in that linebacker core.
Yeah, unfortunate. He was actually the guy that made the tackle, I believe, on that play. A really good play by him, but got a little twisted up, and hopefully he is okay for this Owls defense.
He's very aggravated, slapping the turf. Casey Keeler out there checking up on his player. And we will be right back as Eric Stewart is going to get off the field shortly. Eric Stewart exits the field. He's quite upset, and UTSA is going to have a 2nd and 18 on the 23-yard line, 3:45 in the third. Temple getting set. Curly Ordonez out there at linebacker.
Ordonez has had an excellent game for the Owls as a receiver goes in motion across the formation for UTSA, 4 wide as they
Owen McCown
drops
back. He's scanning. Clean pocket so far, and it's Chroma gets there for the sack.
Yeah.
Big loss on the play, sack down at the 10-yard line as Sekou Chroma dances at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, a great play from Chroma, but really give it up to the secondary there. He had a lot of time to throw, and nobody came open, and Chroma eventually broke through after a nice spin move to get away, and a huge sack there, and now a 3rd and 30, a 3rd and forever, and Temple just has to look to avoid a penalty here of some sort, as it would be a really bad look if UTSA was able to convert here.
Absolutely. McCown with the empty set, and he's going to dish it out to Robert Henry. Robert Henry with the screen, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and that's the man, Curly Ordonez. He continues to have a fantastic game. A loss on the play of about 3, and that's going to bring out the UTSA punt team, and JoJo Bermudez is set to return.
Yeah, they're going to be punting from the 9-yard line, so Temple going to look to get good field position here if UTSA gets this punt away.
Sekou Chroma has a game with back-to-back sacks, had a sack last week against Georgia Tech, as this is a wobbling punt. It's a roller. It touches the turf at around the 35-yard line, and it is downed at the 41-yard line. Temple is going to have fantastic field position to start this one. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Temple going to be starting on the UTSA side of the field, pretty close to field goal range, as they are down 4 here, and we'll see if they can have more of that first drive of the second half. or hopefully not what just happened on that last drive after they went 3 and out, as the Owls take the field here, and we'll see what they call here, as they've had some mixed results. Tyler Walker, the offensive coordinator for the Owls, is going to look to dial something up here.
Simon ready to take the snap. Motioning once again is Colin Chase, and it's a handoff. Hunter Smith finds a lane, and he gets up to about the 38-yard line, and there's a flag, potential hold going up against Temple, thrown into the mix.
It looks like he was pointing towards the UTSA defender. We'll see what they call here.
Hands to the face call, and is going to go against UTSA, add on 15 yards after that play. Now, that sack by Sekou Kroma on third down, second sack of the game, second sack on third down. These are coming very timely for Temple. Temple's defense really doing a fantastic job of getting the big play when they need it.
And Troy, I think you got to keep Hunter Smith in the game. He's been electric when carrying the ball. Even without that penalty, he had a 6-yard gain, which we really haven't seen from Ducker. But Ducker does re-enter the game, I believe.
Cush going left to right. Simon takes the snap, and he's going to fake a handoff, and it is going to be caught in the end zone. Peter Clark with the touchdown, and a flag is thrown. Possible defensive pass interference, but at the moment, it is a touchdown for Peter Clark from Evan Simon.
Yeah, Peter Clark has been one of the best tight ends in the American this season. Definitely a defensive pass interference, as yes, we have that confirmed for us. It is a touchdown for the Owls. Again, up the seam. Troy talked about it, or I don't know if it was on the air or off the air, but he talked about that seam for the Temple tight ends has worked for them really well this season, and now the second big play up the seam for the big British tight end.
He's just a big body and a great target for Evan Simon, and Evan Simon finds him. Carl Harden out to get the extra point to extend the lead to 4 if it goes through. And the kick is up and through the uprights. It is 24-21. Temple leads, 1:30 left in the third quarter. Quick little break there as Temple is set to kick off to UTSA. What a scoring matchup we've got in the third. 21 points for Temple here. They were down. It was 14 to 3 to start the half, and the kick is away, and it is going to be caught at the 9-yard line. Henderson is going to take it, and he is going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. Would have been the same if it rolled out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Temple's offense has been all or nothing, either scoring big touchdowns or going 3 and out this half. As UTSA takes the field, Temple's defense going to need to improve. I mean, I sound like a broken record, and I say a broken record a lot. I should really come up with a different term, but it's true. I mean, we've been saying the same few things. Temple's pass defense has got to improve, but that last drive, they took advantage of the penalty, and, that's what you got to do to win football games. Take advantage of mistakes.
Absolutely. Peter Clark, he's got 3 catches, 73 yards. He is ranked the number 5 tight end in the country per PPF, as Owen McCown is going to take the snap on first down, gives to Henderson. Henderson gets a lane, and he is going to get the first down for UTSA on the 1st and 10, 10-yard carry for the back out of Gilmer, Texas. Gilmer, Texas is actually where head coach Jeff Taylor is from, alongside backup quarterback Brandon Tennyson. They are both from there and probably played together at Gilmer High School.
Yeah, and here we go. And 2nd and 1 here for UTSA in the shotgun. Wide receiver goes across the formation. And it'll be a play-action fake.
McCown finds his receiver, McEwen, and he has a catch at the 40-yard line. The rollout has been very effective for McCown. Rolling out to his left, the southpaw quarterback is doing a fantastic job, kind of similar to what Temple was trying to work with on offense early in the game, trying to get Simon out of the pocket and find something downfield. It's been working better for UTSA as the two tight ends for the Roadrunners motion left to right. And it is going to be a handoff. Bouncing out to the outside is Henderson. Henderson is tackled at the 42-yard line.
And that'll be, it seems, the last play of this third quarter. An offensive explosion from the Temple Owls, scoring 21 in this third quarter. We head to the fourth. Owls up 24-21.
Welcome back after a thrilling third quarter from the Temple Owls. Temple up 3, 24-21. And we enter the fourth quarter as UTSA has the ball on the 42-yard line. Henderson in the backfield still. Robert Henry Jr. not seeing a lot so far in this half. McCown ready to take the snap.
2nd and 9 here as they hand it off, and
Henderson gets past the 45, gets about to the 46 or 47, and it is going to bring up third down for the Roadrunners.
Another third down. The Roadrunners are 3 for 8 on third down. Honestly, a little worse than I would have thought off the top of my head, but we'll see if Temple can get another stop here, 3rd and 5, as the Roadrunners have a 3 wide receiver set up top.
McCown ready to take the snap. He dishes out quick to the receiver on the far side, and it is going to be a 4th down. The screen doesn't work. Gang tackle from the Temple defense, and it is Jameer Jones in on the stop, the man who had the interception in the 3rd quarter to kick off the scoring for Temple. Didn't score, but set up a Hunter Smith touchdown, and it is going to bring the punt unit. Let's see if Temple can come out on offense once again and get more points on the board.
Yeah, an interesting play call there. UTSA has called a number of screens, and they haven't really worked all that well for the Roadrunners. That one only gained 3, and we will see what Temple can do here as a different guy is returning for the Owls.
It is Colin Chase back to return. No JoJo Bermudez. Colin Chase calls a fair catch at the 12-yard line. Now, Bermudez has had some injuries the past couple of games. He's dealt with some shoulder injury. He came off the field against Oklahoma, and I believe the same against Georgia Tech. So maybe we're seeing a little something different. Chase coming in, potentially some injury issues with Bermudez, as he hasn't had much attention in this game. Just one catch, that touchdown to start off the 3rd.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets on the field here. I do see him. He is in the slot for the Owls, maybe trying to keep him healthy and take him off the punt return unit as they start out here at their own 10 or 11-yard line.
Simon motioning in Halloween. He takes the handoff and is going to throw it, and it's Bermudez. Bermudez fumbles, and it is recovered by UTSA. Bermudez with the costly fumble. However, it seems like Temple may have jumped back on it after UTSA couldn't come up with the ball. Simon seemed to... There's a flag also on the play. A lot going on right now. Simon seemed to have a very late pass. He might have crossed the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's what the penalty was about.
Yeah, it looked like he definitely crossed the line of scrimmage. The officials are discussing it, and we will see where they put the ball here. Kind of a crazy play, as Bermudez had a big play. He gained about 15 yards, but fumbled the ball, and it is some penalty, I think 2 penalties on Temple. And it'll be a 2nd down. We'll see where they spot the ball here. Just a really weird and wacky play for the Owls.
Yeah, very interesting. A mistake that Evan Simon that's quite uncharacteristic of him. He's been a very mature quarterback. He makes a lot of great decisions.
I will say that was a great throw on the move. 2 guys in his face, kind of signed arm it. A little Mahomey, if you will.
That was great. That was great. I got to give it to you.
Yeah. And Temple is now backed up a 2nd and 14 as... Are we heading into a break here, Troy?
We are actually going into a review, so we will be right back to see what the call is on the play. Maybe we're going to see what the spot is. Maybe we're going to see who recovered the ball. We'll be right back. So it's going to be 2nd and 14 on the Temple 7-yard line.
Yeah, it seems whatever they called on the field was upheld.
It was, I believe, 5-yard penalty, Evan Simon, illegal forward pass, past the line of scrimmage. Evan Simon ready to take the snap, dropping back, rolling out to his right, giving to Ducker, off the hands of Ducker, high pass, pressure in his face, and that one is going to bring up a 3rd and long on the pressure. On the pressure for UTSA was Kenyon Kelly.
Yeah, Simon, talking to the official after that play, looked like a similar play to the penalty that was called earlier, kind of hit up high on the helmet.
Could have been a roughing the passer,
Definitely.
but Simon now.
I mean, I think that was the same exact thing that Temple got called earlier in the game. Simon was not happy about that, and the official is... are they reviewing for targeting? That's got to be what it is, right?
Targeting, because I don't believe you can review for roughing the passer, so I do believe it's going to be targeting, and we are going to go to, once again, another review. If it does not stand, if the play stands, it will be 3rd and 14 on Temple's 7-yard line. And there is no penalty on the play, so it is going to be a 3rd and long for Temple, backed up on their own 7-yard line. Didn't seem like there was any head-to-head contact there on the play, Simon with pressure, but...
Yeah, I mean, it should have been a roughing the passer call, I think, in my opinion, but definitely not a targeting, and you obviously can only review that for targeting, so no penalty there. Temple... 4 for 9 on 3rd down, but all of those conversions have, I believe, been on 3rd and 8+ pretty much this game. So they've been pretty solid, and they're averaging 7.3 yards per play. So they have that big play potential.
So you're saying this is exactly where Temple wants to be?
Probably not. Probably not at their own 7-yard line, but you know, I would expect a run here. Don't put the ball in harm's way. You're winning this ball game. A little over 13 minutes left here as the Owls take the field. As we see Jay Ducker flanking Evan Simon in the shotgun formation. 2 wide with a tight end on the field for the Owls.
At receiver, Holloway, Bermudez, and Chase. Simon takes the snap. He's dropping back. He scans. He launches out of bounds as he has pressure in his face once again. Temple going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of time there. It ran out, but a smart play by Evan Simon. And, you know, I like the play call there. Take a chance, but obviously tell Simon, hey, if there's nothing there, don't put the ball in harm's way. And the veteran quarterback has a smart play there as Temple will punt the ball again from their end zone, standing behind the second E in the Eagles.
Atten ready to punt. Return man Brow at the 45-yard line of Temple. Atten's punt is away, and it's a good one. set to receive, fair catch called. Rolling down at the 45-yard line is where UTSA is going to get their offense started.
Yeah, almost a big mistake there. Had to dive to catch that ball. Would have been a huge mistake for UTSA as we see this replay. And, he did. He fumbled the ball, but he was lucky to fall right on it. He didn't catch it all the way, but really lucky play that it didn't bounce away there, Troy. Could have been a huge mistake for UTSA as their offense takes the field.
Set up now on the field. Robert Henry is in the backfield. On the far side hash line. McCown gives to Henry. Henry is going to take it. He makes a man miss, and he does a barrel roll trying to avoid a tackle, and he goes nowhere. Gain of 0 on the run. He was airborne. He absolutely was airborne on that play.
Cameron Stewart on the stop for the Owls. And got to give the Owls credit. Their run defense this game has been pretty solid.
As Henry has 11 rushes for just 41 yards. That is 3.7 yards a carry with a long of 8. Doing a fantastic job. Temple is controlling this run game as it is 2nd and 9. McCown drops back. Scans. He's going to dump it off. Henderson is wide open. Has space, and he's tackled. Castleberry in on the tackle alongside Eric Stewart. Eric Stewart went down on the last possession. He seemed very upset, went to the medical tent, but he is back on the field. Great to see him as there are injuries to the linebacker room with Caton Suprenant. We did see Caton Suprenant on the sideline early in the day before the game. He was doing some sprints on the sideline trying to get healthy, and he looked pretty quick, so hopefully Temple can get him back next week.
Yeah, Temple has been excellent tackling in the open field. A 3rd and 5 for UTSA from the 41-yard line, potentially 4-down territory.
Another 3rd and 5. Seen a lot of this for UTSA as McCown dropping back once again, and he has nothing open. He's going to escape. Eric Stewart on coverage, and McCown rolls left, and he finds his receiver, and it is a 1st down for UTSA. The catch goes to A.J. Wilson.
Yeah, another play. We've seen it a lot where McCown rolls out and the receivers do an excellent job coming back to the ball. A wobbler there from McCown, but able to get it to his big receiver.
McCown officially over 200 yards. He has 2 touchdowns and an interception. Completion percentage of 77 on the day. He calls for Amador to motion left to right, and he gives to Henry. Henry is tackled at the line of scrimmage and pushed back by a few Temple defenders, and Henry got to be frustrated after not getting anything on the ground. Back-to-back carries.
Yeah, and if you're Temple, you like this. McCown is prone to the mistake. Continue to make him throw the ball. He already made one mistake. Maybe you can get another one, as UTSA has another 2nd and long here after the 1-yard carry.
McCown calls for the motion of Amador once again, and he's going to give it to Amador, and it's a pass back to McCown from Amador, and McCown is going to run. He's got blockers. He goes to the far sideline, and he gets the 1st down, gain of 9.
Yeah, you could kind of see that play opening up. The toss back was questionable, and then you saw the quarterback run the other way wide open, a bunch of blockers in front of him, and Temple was lucky that was only about a 10-yard gain. Could have been a lot more.
He had 3 offensive linemen ahead of him, just not enough room.
He had the entire offensive line.
The entire offensive line. Fantastic play design, and got just enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, great play by Temple there defensively, though. Only 2 defenders out in front of him, and they were somehow able to get him out of bounds.
Henry gets the snap, and no, he doesn't, and it's intercepted, batted at the line. Temple has another interception off the deflection. Coming up with it is Temple's Dante Powell.
Yeah, and you know what? I said it. McCown prone to the mistake, and that time, maybe not his fault entirely. I believe that was the 2nd deflection we've seen this game from the Temple defensive line, and let's see if we can see who that was deflected by. I'm not exactly sure. It was number 55 for the Owls who deflected that ball, and great play there.
And pardon me, not Dante Powell, Avery Powell on the interception.
Yeah, a great play there for Temple, forcing that turnover. And, yeah, I mean, a huge play as UTSA was in the red zone, and now Temple has it on their own 13-yard line.
And we'll be right back after a short break. 9:34 left in the game. Off the deflection from Sultan Badmus, the interception goes to Avery Powell. Another pick thrown by Owen McCown. Back-to-back weeks with an interception.
Back-to-back games with 2 picks for McCown. And we talked about he's prone to the mistake. He's played a really good football game, but 2 picks are costly. And now with 9:30 left, Temple will have the ball on their own 13-yard line.
Hunter Smith next to Evan Simon, motioning his Ryder Cush right to left. Simon ready to take the snap, and he gives to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith is stopped after a gain of about 2 on that play.
Well, I thought that was about to be a big play. The right side of the offensive line there had a great push, but unfortunately the run was to the left, and yeah, just it was close, but no cigar there. Gain of about 0 yards on that play for the Owls as they have a 2nd and 10. Shad Banks again in there for the tackle. He's had a great game for UTSA.
Star linebacker transfer from TCU as Evan Simon takes a snap. Gives once again to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith gets to about the 14.
That was an interesting pump fake from Evan Simon. I don't know what he was doing. He grabbed the football, like pushed it forward for the pump fake, and then handed it back to the running back. I guess it was a draw. But as we look at this, I guess there is a receiver.
Yeah, Colin
running
Chase was motioning from right to left, and
I didn't see
the jet sweep. Yeah,
I didn't see him, and it looked interesting to me. But no, I see it now. Maybe a future play there. To put on tape, as it is a 3rd and 9 for the Owls as the clock continues to tick down. The time the friend of the Owls right now.
Simon dropping back, and he's going to dump it off. Hunter Smith gets the catch, and he's drilled at the 24-yard line, but that is going to be enough for a Temple first down.
Yeah, a big play, and Troy, we've said it, 3rd and long, exactly where the Owls want the Roadrunners this game, because clearly they've done an excellent job picking up those 3rd and longs. Both teams have been not the best on 3rd down, but Temple has been clutch when they need it.
Don Munnerly on the big hit on Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith lined up left of Simon. Simon's going to fake the give, and he's going to launch it. Colin Chase on the sideline gets it to the 35. And it is going to be just about enough for another Temple first down. They are moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, a great drive here for the Owls after the pick. 2 first downs and a great throw from Evan Simon. Evan Simon is just having an excellent season nearing 200 passing yards on the day, 2 touchdowns. Right now at 180, so I guess kind of close, 20 yards away. And he's just been excellent for the Owls. Not even put the ball in harm's way, not at all, this entire game. Not one throw has been bad, I feel like, from him.
And it's a handoff to Hunter Smith, and he goes to the right side, tries to find a lane, and he gets wrapped up after a gain of about 1. Yeah, Simon, like you were talking about, Simon has made very, very few mistakes today, if any. You could say his biggest mistake was the illegal forward pass past the line of scrimmage, and then he missed Colin Chase, overthrew him, but that was a play that was kind of bang with the corner and receiver that kind of threw off the timing. So Simon playing a really great game, 15 of 22 with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Temple hasn't been really good on first down, but for the most part, it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, Ducker on the field now, and he's going to get the carry. He finds a crease, probably his longest rush of the game, as he carries a few players, and he gets about 4 yards on this second down play. Call it 3 yards up to the 40, 3rd and 5, Temple.
Yeah, absolutely. His best carry of the game, and he did have an 8-yard carry earlier on, but his best carry since the first quarter of this game, and he's really struggled. 13 carries, 22 yards. Not his best game, but Temple is up 3 with now under 6 minutes left in this game. A huge 3rd and 5 for UTSA. They need this stop, and that's a false start
on Diego Barajas, number 77, Temple's senior right tackle.
He's had a great game. That was an unfortunate mistake there, just a tick ahead of the snap count, but that'll back Temple up, and you know what? Maybe he did that on purpose, because Temple has been excellent on these long 3rd downs. Obviously, I'm joking. He definitely didn't do that on purpose. But they've been really good on 3rd and long, so we'll see what Temple draws up here. Jay Ducker in the backfield, the big tight end. I'd love to see the big tight end up the seam.
Absolutely. He's been dominant up there throughout this season, and today getting in the end zone. Simon going to give some orders to his offensive line as he reads the defense. Simon takes the snap, drops back, pressure coming, throws it up for Colin Chase, and it hits the back of the DB, Davin Martin. Colin Chase, the intended receiver. Good coverage from Martin. Martin not facing the ball, and Evan Simon hits Davin in the numbers.
He's really lucky. If Evan Simon had a little more juice on that throw, that could have been a pass interference, but no need to turn his head as the ball was underthrown there, as UTSA brought the house there. And again, I think Evan Simon, had a smart decision there. Easy for me to say.
Yep, this clock continuing to wind down, approaching under 5 minutes. Atten ready to punt this one away, and it's going to be fair caught at the 25-yard line. UTSA is going to take over in 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back in. 5:08 on the clock in regulation, and the ball is on the 24-yard line for UTSA's offense. Owen McCown ready to head out on the field in just a couple of seconds. This game winding down. It's a close one, 24-21. Temple leading by 3. UTSA has not scored in quite a while, as Temple's defense has gotten some takeaways and some very timely sacks. And Ben, you were talking earlier in the break. What do you want to see from Temple's defense here as the game closes out?
Temple has just got to avoid giving up the big play here, right? 5 minutes left. They're up 3. They're protecting a lead here. Just don't let UTSA get any big plays. They're probably going to look to pass the ball here, so we'll see if Temple can slow them down as a motion man.
It's going to be McCown looking for McEwen, and he misses his man. McEwen covered by Castleberry. McEwen could not turn around and see the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they heard me right out the chute. They're looking for a deep shot. McEwen running deep, and McCown underthrew him. Seemed like he was going to cut out there, but a little too early on that throw, about 20 yards downfield, as now UTSA is behind the sticks. A 2nd and 10 for the Roadrunners.
3rd and 10. It is Henderson in the backfield to the left of McCown. McCown ready for the snap. Takes it. Gives to Henderson. Henderson gets caught up in a few Temple defenders. It is going to be Allen Hay with the wrap up after a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for UTSA's offense. Potential 3 and out coming for the defense of Temple would be massive here.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised UTSA isn't hurrying up a little bit more on this play, because if they punt the ball away here, Temple's going to have some good field position here, up 3. Now 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this ball game. McCown ready for this huge play, the biggest play of the game so far.
3rd and 8 on the 26-yard line of Temple. McCown drops back, scans, pressure coming, Temple, McCown running at the 1-yard line, throws it away, and he finds a receiver. It is David Amador, but it is 5 yards short of the sticks, and McCown is going to have a 4th down. And let's see if they stay out there on the field.
Yeah. McCown avoided an absolute disaster. He had 2 defenders in his face inside the 10-yard line, almost ran out of bounds, throws it falling out of bounds, and somehow gets it to his receiver. What a play by McCown to avoid disaster here and give UTSA the opportunity to go for it here.
And 4th this is 3. Potentially the game. 4th and 3. McCown is out there. In the backfield is Henderson. 3 receivers in the near side. McCown takes the snap, drops back, scans, uses his legs, and it is incomplete. Ball thrown on the ground, and Temple gets the turnover on downs.
Yeah, McCown thought he had a lane. It closed up, and then all he could do was throw the ball into the ground, and Temple will get the ball back on the UTSA 31 with 3.5 minutes left in this game, and we'll see if Temple can salt away the clock.
With 7 points, Temple could close this game out. They've got a 3-point lead. It is 3:24 left in regulation. Cameron Stewart, the man, getting some pressure on Owen McCown. And 1st down on the 31 for Temple.
Yeah, shout out Cameron Stewart. He's had a great game along with Curly O'Doniez. I think defensively those have been the best 2 players for the Owls. Hay has also been really solid. You said his name a lot in the run game. But yeah, Temple, again, when it's mattered, they've came up big defensively, and we'll see if the offense can close out this game. UTSA does have 3 timeouts, but Temple only needs to salt away about 3.5 minutes here, and they're almost in field goal. Maybe they are already in field goal range at the 31-yard line.
Absolutely are. Jay Ducker is going to be in the backfield alongside Evan Simon. Hunter Smith is going to hang out on the sideline. Ducker going right to left next to Simon.
I'd love a play-action pass to the tight end at some point here.
It is going to be a handoff. Ducker gets it up to about the 26, 27-yard line here.
Yeah, I was going to say before that play got started, I would love a play-action to the tight end. up the seam. I know they already used it once, but UTSA is going to burn their first time out here. 3:18 left in this ball game. Temple got 3 there on that play, so a good start here. Temple probably needs 2 first downs to finish this game off, but even one would pretty much seal it at this point.
Absolutely. With the way Temple's defense is playing, even if UTSA is going to get the ball back down 6 points, it's going to be very, very hard job for them to go about 75 yards down the field, as Temple's been able to get touchbacks consistently.
Yeah, and Troy, one thing we've seen so far consistently from this Temple team is that they play much better in the second half. So I think that's a testament to the coaching and the veteran leadership that Casey Keeler provides to this team. A lot different than last season, where a lot of the times in the second half you'd see the Owls not be as competitive as they come back out on the field here. A 2nd and 7. Simon talks to his offensive lineman, tells them to relax. He's in
Jay
the
Ducker
backfield.
in the backfield. Motioning once again is Chase, saying it all game. And it is a play action, and Evan Simon is going to have to just dirt the ball. Pressure came in his face. Nothing was there, trying to get a play action going, and nothing was underneath. Simon doing a good job of just getting rid of that one. However, it does stop the clock. It's 3rd and 7 on the 28-yard line. Temple needs a first down.
Yeah, they were trying to get a little creative there, throw a screen pass to the tight end. So kind of what I was asking for. It was a play action to the tight end, just not up the seam like I thought would have worked well for Temple. But again, now this is the biggest play of the game. A 3rd and 7, a first down would be huge. But I would say run the ball, set up a field goal here if you're the Owls.
Evan Simon spent days sleeping in Edberg Olsen Hall, and he's going to look to pass, and he's going to get the ball to his tight end, Peter Clark, once again. The big man getting amazing plays as there's a flag down on Temple's side of the line of scrimmage.
Wow, the coaching staff on the sideline lost their minds. They tossed their play sheets on the field in excitement after that catch. Peter Clark with a man's grab there, and we'll see what the call is. It is, I believe, a penalty on UTSA. It is a first down. What a catch. What a game for the big Brit there. And, I mean, we're going to see this replay here again in the booth. Evan Simon, a clean pocket, throws it right over the head of Banks, and a huge catch. The defender was there. It was great coverage, and there was nothing he could do. Peter Clark.
Jimmy Wyrick in coverage just at 5'10". Peter Clark, in comparison, he stands at 6'6". So a big difference there.
Yeah.
And Peter Clark is able to use his strong hands and grab that one, get the first down. Peter Clark has 5 catches today, over 80 yards.
Yeah, lobbed it up to him like he's Joel Embiid, and able to finish that catch was Peter Clark. As Temple now, the clock ticks down. UTSA does not take a timeout there, so Temple will let the clock run here to now under 3 minutes. A 1st and 10 from the 19 in the red zone.
Simon, ready for the snap. Peter Clark in the backfield. Chase, motion. And it's a give to Ducker. Ducker's going to get just a couple yards on that play, if anything.
What percentage of plays do you think Chase has gone to motion today, Troy?
I would say if we could look at the advanced statistics after this game, which I don't know if they're available to us, I would say it would be probably somewhere upwards of 70% at least.
You know what I want to see? I want to see, you know how in soccer they'll show like the distance covered? I want to see how many yards he's run just east to west in motion. I swear he's going to be super tired after this game, but he has had a great game, and I think that motion has really helped this Temple offense, and I talked about it at the start of the game. Temple has some of the most motion of any team in college football, and it's really worked out for them this game.
Absolutely. Colin Chase, 5 receptions, 43 yards. He's not just getting a lot of yards in motion, but he's getting a lot of yards on the ground. The second leading receiver today for Temple, behind Peter Clark, the big tight end who Simon has been looking for. And you mentioned Peter Clark in your stand-up alongside JoJo Bermudez for a guy that Simon is going to look for in big situations, and maybe not the guy that you originally thought would be the primary go-to, but Peter Clark really stepping up in this situation, showing why he is the PFF graded number 5 tight end in the country.
Yeah. I mean, the redshirt junior from London has had an excellent season, but this has probably been his magnum opus this season so far, as it is a 2nd and 9 after the UTSA timeout.
Kajaya Holloway this time in motion. Simon takes a snap, and he gives to his running back, and is going to be taken up to the 12 or 11-yard line.
As that was Ducker again on the carry. So Smith, after having a good game, they've kind of strayed to the veteran. And in this situation, it makes sense. Give it to your veteran back. You don't want to fumble the ball. So,
and Ducker is more so the downhill guy,
absolutely.
A little bit thicker. He's a little bit of a stronger runner. We saw Hunter Smith have that explosive, quick touchdown down the far sideline for 54 yards. So he's more so of the speedy back, similar to Terez Worthy, who's no longer with the team, but the power back, workhorse back, in Jay Ducker getting the workload with just 2:44 left in regulation. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Temple Owls.
Yeah, UTSA taking their final timeout there. The Owls are on the 13-yard line, a 3rd and 4 here, so we'll see what happens. But if it's a 4th and short, an interesting decision for Casey Keeler potentially coming up, but we'll see what the Owls do on this play. Potentially watch out for a play action. They've called it a little bit on some downs that you would assume were runs. We'll see what they do here.
Hunter Smith now in the backfield on 3rd down. And it is going to be a keeper. Evan Simon, nowhere to go. He is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's a sack, and it's on Yanwu. Once again, no, it's not on Yanwu. On the sack for UTSA, it is Vic Shaw getting to Simon.
Well, I mean, I will say I did call it. They ran the play action there, but didn't work out too well. And you know what? If anything like that is going to happen, just eat the sack. You're already in field goal range. Keep that clock running. Really smart play. Evan Simon just, in this second half, has made the smart plays. And honestly, throughout this game, Evan Simon now 16 for 25, 199 yards. He might be a little frustrated that he's not at that 200 mark, but 2 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage. Just an excellent game for Evan Simon, and showing that he is that senior leader that this team is looking for at quarterback.
Absolutely. The veteran from Rutgers is going to lead Temple to a potential victory. It is 4th and 9, but right now it is at the 2-minute timeout. We will be right back shortly for the final 2 minutes of regulation. We are back. Temple bringing out the field goal unit on 4th and 9 on the 18. 2 minutes remaining, 24-21. Temple leads. It is a very close game here. Temple hoping to go up 6. Carl Harden lines up. This is a very big field goal here. Awaiting the snap. It's snapped. Hold is good. Nearly blocked. And it's through the uprights.
Yeah.
Temple up 6.
So that was about a 35-yarder. The snap was high. A great hold there, which led to it almost being blocked. But we'll see here on the replay. Yep, the high snap. Great hold there by Aiden. And that was up and good. So now Temple up 6. A minute 56 left. UTSA with no timeouts has to score a touchdown. And even if they do, Temple has 3 timeouts. And they might have the opportunity to drive down the field themselves. But Temple defensively only given up 7 points in the second half after giving up 14 and a lot of yardage in the first half. Been a really great half for them defensively. And hopefully we'll see that continue for the Owls as they will kick it off here, presumably through the end zone. And we are awaiting that kick.
And with this being most likely the final offensive possession for UTSA, Robert Henry Jr., 12 attempts, 42 yards, average of 3.5 a carry. If you asked me at the beginning of this game that would be a stat line with just under 2 minutes left, I thought you'd be absolutely out of your mind. Temple has done an amazing job holding this star rusher, I mean a top echelon running back in all of college football, to under 50 yards. And the kick is away, and it is going to be a touchback for Carl Harden.
And Troy, what did I tell you before this game? I said if Temple holds UTSA under 175 yards rushing, they're going to win this game. And right now, UTSA only has 78 yards, so...
It is absolutely insane. I mean, Temple has really, really struggled. I mean, this is a guy in an offensive line who... Roberts had 177 yards on the ground against a ranked team in Texas A&M, a number 19 ranked team early in the season, and he's had over 140 yards a game, and he is in the backfield with McCown at the moment.
Yeah, and Temple coming into this game 113th in the country, allowing 180 yards per game. Great defense from the Owls, but hopefully they can hold up the rest of this game.
Owls looking to bring pressure. It pulls off, and almost getting to the quarterback is Cameron Stewart, but it is a completion of about 3 yards to David Amador, and it is going to be out of bounds with 1:52 on the clock, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and I think if you ask the Temple coaching staff, they'll be okay with that play. 4 yards underneath in this situation is fine to give up.
Good job getting out of bounds if you're UTSA, though, and it is over the middle, overthrown intended receiver Thomas Houston of UTSA, and pressure once again for Temple's defense, and there's a flag on the play on the far side.
It looks like it might be a penalty. I don't know. It's in Temple's defensive backfield, so we'll see who this is on. The officials are discussing, and this could be a huge call, as right now, before this penalty, it's a 3rd and 6 for UTSA, and the officials are still discussing this call.
Temple's D-line got a nice hit on McCown as he threw.
Yeah, not a very good throw by McCown. I mean, overthrew his receiver by a long distance. We will see what this call is, and it will be 3rd down. So I guess they pick up the flag there. 3rd and 6 for UTSA. Obviously, this is 4-down territory, so they have 2 plays to pick up 6 yards. They're more so working against the clock, but if they don't pick up anything here, it'll be a decisive play for the Owls, but we'll see what they can do here.
Another potential play of the game, 3rd and 6. McCown with Henry in the backfield. Waiting orders from the sideline. McCown shares with his offensive line. To the right of McCown goes Henry. Awaiting the snap. 2 receivers set to McCown's right. He looks left. McCown fires, and it's a slant to A.J. Wilson. A.J. Wilson gets a couple yards, and there's a flag on the play. Avery Powell with his hands up.
What a great tackle there. And, I've said it a few times, but Temple has been excellent tackling in the open field, and that will be a penalty, I believe, on UTSA. We'll see what the call was.
I believe it's going to be a hold, as Avery Powell has yet to adjust his shoulder pad. That kind of tells me that it's going to be a hold, I believe, on A.J. Wilson.
Wow, what a great play there by Powell.
And they're going to be backed up. Still third down for UTSA, but it's going to be a long one.
I believe that'll be a 10-yard penalty, so
3rd and 16 UTSA faces.
And, I mean, if you're Temple defensively, you cannot ask for a better situation. Those pass rushers are going to pin their ears back as UTSA almost certainly has to pass it. It is a 3rd and 20.
3 receivers set to the left of McCown. McCown drops back, scans, he's got pressure, and over the head of Robert Henry Jr. is the pass and out of bounds. It is 4th down. Curly Ordonez on the coverage, popping Robert Henry Jr.
Yeah, great pass rush there. Not a ton of time back there, and, you know, another overthrow. I think McCown is kind of in his own head right now. We talked about it. He's mistake prone, and these last few throws from him have not been very accurate, as it is now 4th and the game here. Temple, if they get a stop here, the game will be over. 90 seconds approximately left in this game on this 4th and 20 from the 15-yard line.
McCown takes the snap, drops back, and he's got pressure, and he's sacked. Drop down at the 6-yard line. Temple comes up with a massive stop. It is Demerick Morris who brings him down, and he's hyped up. Temple is going to win this one. Temple's going to get their first conference win. Casey Keeler's first conference win as head coach for Temple.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, got around the edge there, and it was finished off. Who got around the edge there? Number 55 got around the edge there for Temple.
That assault and Badmus, he had the knockdown on the interception.
Yes. What a great, I mean, so many of these Temple defensive players have had great games. You know, I talked about it. I was a little negative. Hey, the secondary wasn't great to start this game, but man, has this team had such a good second half. I mean, I'm a senior here at Temple. This is probably the best half of football I've seen Temple play in my time here. What a half. Just so much heart from this team. Only giving up 7 points in the second half. Went into the halftime locker room down 11, only scoring 3, and they scored 24 points this half. What a half for the Owls as they are in the victory formation.
Evan Simon takes the kneel on 1st down, and in the end zone was Demerick Thomas after the sack, hitting the sexy Dexy celebration. What a play. Temple has had some timely stops on 3rd and 4th down. All of their sacks coming on either 3rd or 4th down today. 3 sacks, 1 in each of, I believe in both of these halves, or both of these quarters late, and there's just under a minute left when this snap is going to be taken. So just a couple seconds. Temple is going to be in the lead. They're going to get another win in the win column, and Temple 27, UTSA 21.
And Troy, what a start to the Casey Keeler era. Now, their only 2 losses have been to ranked teams. They are 3-2, 1-0 in conference play, and this team is looking like it could be one of the best teams in the American Athletic Conference this season. Just really exciting stuff if you're an Owls fan. And now 30 seconds left. The Owls will take a final kneel down, and they will
Final game of the play, and Evan Simon is hyped up. He punches the air and gives a big high five to Colin Chase, and Temple takes the field. It is a win. Avery Powell's hyped up. Everyone on Temple's side is excited. What a game for Temple as time ticks under 10 seconds. Temple 3-2 with this win over UTSA. Temple 27, UTSA 21.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to hear from Coach Keeler in the press room as I just want to know what he said at halftime. What was the talk about at halftime from this team? Because they played an excellent second half. Like I said, one of the better second halves I've seen since becoming a student here at Temple. And Temple will win this football game starting 1-0 in conference play.
24 points in the second half for Temple. 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Just absolutely fantastic play from this Temple offense. And Temple defense came through with 2 interceptions. They just played fantastic, locked down questionably the second best or the best running back in college football, and Robert Henry Jr. limited him to under 50 yards. His least in any game played so far. Just absolute dominance from Temple's defense and a fantastic simple second half from the offense. Couldn't ask for anything more if you are Temple.
Yeah, for me, I mean, if I want to pick a player of the game because I feel like that, you know.
I have an idea.
You know what? There's a lot of people it could be. I got to go with the big Brit, Peter
there
Clark.
He is.
I mean, oh my gosh. Some of the catches he made were just improbable. He was clutch. I think every single one of his catches was a clutch play, either a touchdown, a third down, and whenever the Temple offense needed a big play, they looked for the big British man, and he delivered. That is my player of the game.
Absolutely. As Temple crowds around as they sing their chant song after a win, after every single game, but this one coming with a win. And Casey Keeler has got to be happy for his team. And Temple's going to be taking on Navy in the next game. Homecoming game this Saturday. It's going to be a 4 o'clock start. And Temple is 3-2, 1-0 in conference play. I have been Troy Arslan alongside Ben Lotman, and our producer on the board is Richard Mitchell. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And this is a great Temple win. Go Phillies. They will start around 6:30. This has been a fantastic game. My name is Troy Arslan. Thank you so much for listening.